Guess what, everybody? We're back.
Back again. Guess who's back? Back again.
Yes, and this week we are without our Josh.
Yes, he's left us. He's returned to the ether.
Yep.
So,
The Ig'rance
right.
podcast has become blackwashed.
Yeah.
We've pulled a Witcher, a Netflix Witcher. Anyway.
But yeah, he should be back next time. Just I don't know, this is a bit of an experiment.
Yeah.
To see how two of us can handle this show.
We got this.
Yeah.
We do miss our boy, but we'll
Yes.
be all
right. F's in the comment section for Josh.
Yep. Anyway, let's just get right into it, Dirk.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So, this week the thing I want to talk about is kids WWWWWWB.
This is our underrated, overrated section. To backtrack a little bit, we do this just talk about what we think's underrated, or underrated.
Yep.
And as Tashel said, his pick this week was Kids Whoop.
Kids Whoop Whoop Whoop.
Yeah.
Yep,
Not Whoop Whoop.
so-
We weren't in the Whoop Whoop area yet.
Yeah, I think Kids WB represents for me like that era of Saturday morning cartoons. And I think we've talked about Saturday morning cartoons and how we kind of wish they'd come back, but Kids WB, particularly on Saturdays, was always just something that I look forward to, and looking back on it, I really appreciate the effort that went into the presentation of it. Like, do you remember those like little commercials and stuff they used to have where they used to have the characters interact with each other, and then Christmas time they'd have everybody together and sing Christmas carols together? Like I understand that stuff is costly. That's probably why all the channels stopped doing that. They're like, look, we ain't getting nothing for that crap. It looks cute, but it ain't worth it. So I get it, but I miss it. And I wish we could go back to a time before everything became like super clean. Like
It's
all the channels
streamlined,
now look so uniformed. And I guess, just presentation wise, it does look nice, but I miss the kind of chaoticness of the late 90s and early 2000s. The design was just so like, woo!
Yeah.
And that's what kids like, and that's what I liked. And not to mention the cartoons. Like, if it wasn't for Kids WB, I probably would have never really got into Batman the Animated Series because I never really watched it on Cartoon Network until I was a little older. So when I first saw those couple episodes, I was like, what is this, and where's this been all my life? So.
And one other thing I liked about it, I remember Cartoon Network would do their New Friday thing at night.
Yeah.
And then you would immediately get to wake up the next day to
Kids WWW.
Yeah. Like you got a lot of your comedy fill on Friday, and then in the morning the next day you got like your, kids action shows, which is great.
And I feel like I was introduced to most of Warner Brothers cartoons from Kids WB. Like I think the first time I ever watched Animaniacs was Kids WB. Tiny Toons, I think the first time I watched it was Kids WB. I probably watched Looney Tunes on Cartoon Network first, but I'm sure I saw stuff on Kids WB that I hadn't seen on Cartoon Network at night because it came on so late. So, I mean, and of course, like just thinking back on those those Saturday mornings when like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon were both kind of out at the same time, and like I was excited to see both. Like it was just a exciting time, nostalgia looking back fondly on my younger years before everything went to hell.
Yeah. And it was nice because, like, you got that time, like, in the morning to eat your breakfast or whatever before your parents are like, all right, now let's go do a billion things today.
Yeah. I hated Saturdays.
Or at least I did, because...
Yeah. I liked the morning, but then it was grocery time after. I was like,
well,
ugh.
I grew up in it only, like, with my mom only, and she really liked shopping, so it was... all right, 1 o'clock, let's roll out, and we'll be out for like 8 hours.
Well, conversely, I grew up in a house with my older brother and my father and my mother, but my mother being the only woman was like, oh, well, then I run things. And it's like, well, you're not going to fight with, the mom. So, yeah. She definitely owned Saturdays, and it's okay. She earned it.
Yeah. Yeah, not
She
complaining.
let me. Yeah, I always got to watch my cartoons in the morning, so I was always grateful for that. I hated the rest
Yeah.
of the day, but
And my mom was like, she understood that I had to be home by, like 8 o'clock to watch Toonami. We were,
oh, yes,
we were
that's
on the
not
right
even a
page with
question.
that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, I
something
guess,
positive this week.
right. And in a similar vein of nostalgia, I'm shocked I haven't talked about this one yet.
Me too.
Just because
We should do an episode about like a short retrospective about Ed, Ed and Eddie.
I'm with it.
There's a lot to talk about there.
Yeah, but yeah, mine is Ed, Ed and Eddie. The reason I said I'm shocked I haven't talked about it, Ed and Eddie's just my favorite TV show ever.
Which is, if you know Derek, like you probably would never guess that.
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah, but I don't know. Like, I'm a big fan of it. It has had, like, in terms of, I guess, a common theme in a lot of the stuff I write is friendship, and I think Ed, Ed and Eddie is a show that really captures just the friendship of kids really well.
The three main ones, at least.
Yeah, no, everyone else sucks.
I hate every other character in that show.
They're all terrible, but
They're
no,
so
the
mean.
Eds, the Eds really care about each other, and I feel like when people talk about a lot of the old Cartoon Network shows, Ed, Ed and Eddie gets kind of left behind, like in the
Definitely.
shadow of like Dexter and Powerpuff Girls,
Of
and I think
course.
that those shows are technically better, but not by that much. Like, not by how much you hear about those two, but not this one.
Well, I'll say this. I think it's right to put that in underrated because when I was growing up, a lot of my friends did not like Ed, Ed and Eddie, and I
Yeah,
never
same.
understood why not.
No, I know a lot of people who are like that. Like, I couldn't get it growing up, but I feel like if a lot of people who didn't back then were to go back and watch it now, you'd get it.
Yeah, I'd actually argue. I think it's probably better for an older audience because it has that weird kind of surreal, like almost regular show kind of sense of humor. Like I think as
Yeah.
a child, you miss a lot of the comedic timing in it. Like Ed from that show is a hilarious
He's really
character.
funny. And I guess, like, another reason, I feel like it was really different just because, like, I guess there weren't a lot of shows where, like, the main characters were mean to each other.
Then now everybody's
Yeah.
mean to each other.
Yeah, like, I guess that's the other thing. Like, everyone in that show was so mean.
It was a really unpleasant universe, right?
Like, they beat each other up. Like, what Teen Titans Go does to each other, the Eds would do that. The difference is at the end of every episode, you get that the Eds do actually care about each other.
Right. Everybody else hates them, but they like each
Yeah.
other.
And that's fine. I think that there's something to be said about, finding the people who you get along with and you're friends with, regardless of what everyone else says.
Did you ever hear that rumor? I don't know how much truth it is to it, but apparently they were thinking about doing a reboot of Ed, Ed and Eddie as like teenagers.
I don't think I want that.
I don't know either because what I imagine happens to the boys, I don't really think would work as a kid show.
Yeah.
Like all of them, I think would go into really kind of dark paths.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to deal with the fact that Ed actually is like mentally challenged. Like it's
Yeah.
not funny when he's a grown man acting like that. It's like, oh, okay, well let's take care of that.
And the other thing, I think that the Ed, Ed and Eddie movie is like, Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's each got their own movie. I feel like the Ed, Ed and Eddie one, like, it's not amazing by any stretch of the imagination.
To be fair, none of them are amazing. All
Right.
three of those movies, except for Dexter, suck. Dexter's the
Yeah.
only actual good movie.
But I do feel like the Ed, Ed and Eddie one is satisfying in terms of, like, ending the show.
Especially when it came out, because I hated those seasons.
The
in
last
school.
seasons,
Yeah.
were awkward.
I hated everything at middle school. I hated it.
Yeah, but no, the end of the movie, the show had been talking about Eddie's brother a lot. You finally meet him, and he's a piece of shit.
Unsurprisingly.
Yeah, but again, the thing that I like about it is that at the end of the day of each episode, you feel like the Eds really care about each other, like they're
Yeah.
really good friends to each other. So, thumbs up.
And I also like the premise is like so almost like ahead of its time. It's like swindling children. Like, I even today I don't really think you see too many cartoons with children that act like mob bosses. That's
They're
kind of
bad mob
amazing,
bosses, but
and they're
yeah.
awful. Like it's so tragic, but it's hilarious.
And like the way Eddie talks, he talks like a sleazeball.
He does. He's awful. He's a terrible human being. And Double D and Ed like him anyway. It's awesome. And I kind of like in a to put the adult glasses on, like to piggyback off of what you said, it is really endearing to see like even though Eddie is this like really sleazy, like slimy, icky kind of loudmouth, Ed and Double D really don't have any friends outside of that, so they kind of stick with each other. And while that is a little sad, it's also kind of charming, I guess, that these people genuinely built a bond with each other. Like, I feel like if, for example, there's, I don't want to go too deep into it, but there's this whole sect of the internet that is convinced that Double D and Kevin, when they get older, become a couple. I'm here for it. Why not? And I feel like if they were to ever become a couple, like Double D would force Kevin to stop being mean to Eddie. I'm here for that. And I think that's because the show built that like they're friends no matter what. And I think that's believable, and I like that.
So, thumbs up to Ed and Eddie. I think one thing you said, it was ahead of its time, and I actually kind of very much so agree with that. Like, I definitely feel like it was an oddball of its time.
Which is funny because, I mean, when you really
kind of
think
all of them are an oddball.
I was just about to say, when you look at that era, all 6 of Cartoon Network's top shows at the time, Cow and Chicken, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter, Ed, Ed and Eddie, and I Am Weasel, and Courage.
And Johnny Bravo?
Johnny Bravo. I said I Am Weasel. I meant Johnny Bravo.
Okay.
There's like...
not a whole lot of similarity.
There's a lot of copycats today of all of those shows, but every single one of those shows is really different than anything else that had ever been put out. I mean, Cow and Chicken is probably the most familiar because it's kind of like Ren and Stimpy. But all the other ones are really like... Johnny Bravo is like Pepe Le Pew. But for children. Kinda, right. It's actually, that's another one. It's way funnier when you're an adult.
Because you get a lot of jokes.
Also, I don't really think Johnny would work in
today.
28.
God, no.
No, he'd get Me Too'd in a second.
Yeah, we'd have to get Johnny out of here, which I wouldn't really argue against.
Oh, no, he's awful.
You can't treat people like that.
Yeah, he's awful. But anyway, yeah, that was a nice little trip down memory lane with those two topics.
And Josh's pick is yes,
toilet paper.
Again. So next, gonna miss our guy for this one.
I know.
He
could have added to this conversation. He actually seemed to be more excited about this stuff than I did. Because in our group chat, I was very negative at first. I think I've warmed up a little bit to the direct.
So, yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to do some gaming stuff. And the biggest thing that happened since our last episode was the Nintendo Direct.
Ayo!
Yay! So, yeah, this was their third. Do they do another one this year?
They probably will. They've got a Smash coming out and a Pokemon coming out. I think they'll have another one before the end of the year.
Like in December, I guess. I think that's when they usually...
They might even have 2 more. They might have one in fall and then have one in December.
Okay.
So,
hope so. Yeah, I guess we'll get into it. We're going chronologically, right, through everything they talked about.
I think this is... I mean, I was just taking notes, so...
Okay. This is as chronologically as we're going to get. I think it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're not talking about everything because we don't care about everything.
So Luigi's Mansion 3, they came out with like a hardball. It's like, oh, that's how we're starting off. All right.
Big guns, which I'm here for. I mean, I'm not a particular fan of the Luigi's Mansion games, but I know there are a lot of people who are.
I'll say this. I don't like that it looks like it's going to be in the style of 2. I wish they would do a mixture of 1 and 2 because I really, really, really like 1. And I like 2 a lot, but I wish they would like kind of stay more true to number 1, especially because they're doing a port of the first one on the 3DS. So I don't know. It's exciting though. And I love, see, this is what I always tell you guys. I can never take the opinions of people in the moment seriously because wait like a couple years and it'll totally change. When Luigi's Mansion came out, I remember
No one
this.
liked it.
I was hyped for that game, and all of my friends talked about how lame it was, and oh my god, what is this crap? Where's Mario? Like everybody hated Luigi's Mansion. Now Luigi's Mansion is how they start a direct. Man,
Yeah.
better get out of my face. The only
Yeah.
one that I don't think I may be wrong on this one is Skyward Sword. I think that probably will just be hated forever, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't.
We'll see.
Well,
Because
because
people hated Wind Waker when it first came out, and now
Yeah,
look how
and now
people talk about it. So,
but Breath of the Wild came out and people still hate Skyward Sword. So
I'm saying I might be wrong on that one, but
Yeah.
but people, it was actually kind of opposite with Twilight Princess. People liked Twilight Princess when it first came out.
and now it's getting
Yeah, now everybody hates it. And then when it did the when the Wii U had the re-release, now everybody likes it again. Maybe they just need to re-release Skyward Sword.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's
Take
too
out the
soon for that,
motion
though,
control.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, nobody cares anyway. I think even the people that like Skyward Sword are like, yeah, it's nice. Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's hard to be upset about anything Zelda related when you just got what you just got.
Yeah, seriously. It's like if people that like Mario was still complaining about the new Mario games, the new, like the
Yeah,
new Mario
the
U
new
and all
Super. Yeah,
that. And we'll get to that.
yeah. So next we
Yeah,
have
there's a bunch of 3DS BS. That's how I have
who
it in my
cares?
notes.
Yeah. Do you care?
I have, I think, made it very clear that I want them to stop making games for the 3DS.
Yeah, I kind of am in the same boat.
And-
I don't really care.
And the game that they opened it up is one of my least favorite games ever. They
Oh.
introduced Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn.
Yeah.
I thought when I got older, because
You
I think, weren't you with me when I first played Epic Yarn?
I was.
And I was
Is that one
so
Christmas?
annoyed by that game. I always thought, like, maybe one day you'll get older and be like, it ain't that bad. No, it's still just as bad. It's just as annoying now as it was back then. It looks pretty, but I think I'm even less of a forgiving person than I was back then. Pretty graphics is not enough for me. Like, the game is boring. It just is.
Yeah.
And putting it
I
on
mean-
the 3DS is just an insult because Kirby has had tons of games since Epic Yarn. Like, why is that the one you put on a 3DS?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is the one that least needs to be brought back up. Anyway.
Yeah. Next up.
We already
This
knew
is-
about Mario and
yeah,
Luigi,
Bowser's-
Bowser's Inside
yeah.
Story. And
Yeah,
Luigi's
nothing new.
Mansion.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I probably am not going to get that because I already have it for my DS and I like it and I don't need another one.
Right.
They're just adding Bowser Jr.'s story and I don't really care about Bowser Jr., so sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the same boat.
And I love Bowser's Inside Story, so don't
Oh
get
yeah,
me
no,
wrong.
the Mario RPG games are like great.
I wish they'd go back to making real Paper Mario games, but anyway.
Yeah, that'll probably never happen.
Ugh,
Nah, you know what? Never say never.
yeah.
Yokai Blasters. One thing
Yeah.
does Yokai Watch hit in the States?
Does it hit?
Are we a fan of it here?
I think it does okay. I think kids
Okay.
really like it. My nephews like
Okay.
it. Whenever they see the toys on TV, they always like, Yokai Watch! I'm like, you know what that is?
Because that's something like obviously people my age are like. I mean, we still play Pokemon, and we're like still fine with Pokemon.
Yeah, because we grew up with it.
Yeah. Yokai Watch, I won't say it had an opportunity because I don't think it existed yet, but maybe had it come out like around the same time as 3rd gen, then maybe it could have taken the spot.
I think Yokai Watch is new, though. Like, I think it literally
Yeah,
just
yeah,
got made a couple years
obviously, yeah. I don't think it had existed back then, but I think that was
I get what you
that was
mean,
when
though.
there was a chip in Pokemon's armor.
Yeah,
like-
Yu-Gi-Oh took it.
Yeah, like 3rd and 5th or 3rd and 4th gen. You know, you could get in against Pokemon. Now,
I would argue though that fourth was when it got back because the 3DS was so popular. The
Well,
DS was way more
yeah,
popular
I guess
than
Soul
the Game Boy
Silver.
Advance.
So yeah,
And
like
even
Hard Gold
Diamond and
Soul
Pearl, like
Yeah.
look at the sales.
that's fair.
Like I don't really care for Gen 4 because I think Gen 4
That's a
is-
remake I don't think we're ever gonna get.
I hope not. Ugh.
Partially, to be honest. I mean, I guess we can talk about this now. Because why not? Because I don't really care about yokai blasters. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Like there are a lot of people who are upset at Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu because it's like, why are they redoing first gen again? When
Why
are we
not?
getting fourth gen?
I don't want fourth gen. I want a new gen.
My thing is, we don't need it because
We actually also didn't need Ruby and Sapphire, but anyway.
yeah. Well, I'll defend those more though because like one thing I'll say about fourth gen is that it did change like the mechanics of Pokemon a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've been playing off of a lot of the same rules from fourth gen,
Right.
and if any generations were to need to be remade, I think that it would be because like fourth gen it did balance a lot of stuff. It made it so like ghost type moves were actually good, and it did that for a lot of things. You know, so stuff like that.
And has it what? It's been 12 years since Gen 4,
Yeah,
and Psychic is still broken.
yeah. That'll probably never change. But yeah, if any generation like, so I would honestly rather another Red and Blue remake than I would fourth gen, just because while we did get Fire Red and Leaf Green, that was still before the game kind of got fixed.
That was also 14 years ago.
Yeah. So that's what I would honestly rather see before Platinum and Pearl or Diamond and Pearl remade, just because I don't know, like they're fine, they're still very playable, like they don't have the issue that a lot of the other ones had, and that they just don't work.
Yeah, they're just boring as all get out.
Yeah.
Platinum,
So-
I will give it, is probably like the
Several
best it
steps
could
above,
be, but
yeah.
ugh,
But it's still not great, I don't think.
no. I don't. I think Pokemon went into a real deep lull until Gen 5.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the Soul Silver, Heart Gold Soul Silver was a great, like, something to settle us for a little while, but
Right.
I don't know. I tuned out of Pokemon at this time, to be honest with you. I tuned out around the time around Emerald because I was still kind of in it in Red and Ruby and Sapphire. I think Emerald was like, I'm not playing this again.
Right.
And then I totally checked out. I never bought Diamond and Pearl when they came out. I played those years later, and I didn't care. And
Yeah.
then I didn't get back into Pokemon until they were
Black and
already
White.
in Gen 5.
Well into, yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't like Gen 5 at first. You and I both remember.
Yeah, no, I think everyone hated Gen 5. And then people started to point out that because everyone hated the designs, and then people started to rip the nostalgia glasses off of us and be like, no, the designs have always been kind of trash. And we were like, oh, yeah.
I will still stand by it. That ice cream Pokemon is garbage.
Oh, it's stupid. I hate it.
And it's. I also don't like the stupid keys Pokemon. So
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we can get back to the direct. A bit
Oh,
of a
sorry.
tangent. Yeah, we'll come back to Pokemon later.
Oh yeah, we will.
Splatoon 2 is getting more shit, which
That looks
Cool.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait to get that. It's gonna be fun.
I think
I enjoy
everyone.
Splatoon a lot.
Yeah, I don't hear people say bad things about Splatoon.
And if you see the designs of my characters in my cartoon, you can probably tell I very much enjoy the way Splatoon looks.
Yeah. What else we have?
I
Mega
will
Man
say
and-
this about Splatoon: it is nice to see Nintendo embrace a new IP this strong.
Yeah, like I feel like they kind of forgot about ARMS.
Good.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about it, so I'm like, all right, well, move on, do something new. Like, don't dwell on something that people don't care about.
Right.
I think they are still doing stuff for ARMS, like they're doing a tournament, which is, you have it, so why not?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But I don't know.
that's definitely a party
That's-
game. That's not going to be a big IP.
Yeah, good for all 8 people who are still playing ARMS today.
I
Same thing with-
ARMS could have been cool.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing.
But then I also kind of feel like it got overshadowed by a lot of stuff.
Smash Brothers, Odyssey,
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, Gen 8.
Yeah, so.
And still no Metroid.
You know, we got letters and a number, so maybe one day we'll
Maybe
get
one day.
Metroid Prime 4.
That's what the
We know
Magic
someone's
Conch,
thought about it.
the Magic Conch told us that maybe
Yeah.
someday.
Speaking of Metroid, Mega Man 11.
Speaking of Metroid, a totally unrelated game.
Yes.
Man,
I don't know.
the creator of Mega Man? I think his name is Inafu. No, what's his name? Whatever his name is, I'm gonna look that up while I talk. But the creator of Mega Man has not been a part of Mega Man for the last couple of games, so
Yeah.
even though Mighty Number 9 sucked, I still don't like the fact that he had to leave and do his own thing. To me, goes to show that somebody did something. Yeah, they did something.
That's Capcom, right? Yeah.
It is Inafune. I was right. Keiji Inafune.
Okay.
All right, I didn't make that up. Doesn't he have something to do with Sonic too?
I think so.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, he left and did his own thing, and so, like, I guess, just out of principle, I don't really want to support Mega Man 11. Like, that just doesn't seem right to do that to the guy.
Right. I don't know. Capcom is not great decision making's going on over there.
Yeah. Although Mega Man 11 does look.
Yeah, it looks
Mega Man
fine.
game. So
Yeah. So.
if you all go out and support it, that's good because I do miss Mega Man kind of being respected.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really know what happened. Like, I don't even really feel like he had a dark period. I just feel like people stopped caring.
Yeah, he didn't have like a Sonic 06, I think. It just kind of.
People may not have cared about his spin-offs, but the main games have continued to be getting made.
Right.
And Mega Man 9 and 10 was super successful, so.
Yeah, and it's not like the quality's been like garbage consistently.
The problem that Mega Man has is kind of the problem that all long-running franchises tend to have. Is just kind of the same thing again.
Repetitive, yeah.
But I mean, we were just talking about Pokemon. Let's not forget that little remakes make $1,000 or gross $1,000 in a week. So,
yeah,
I don't really
millions
want to
of
hear
copies
that
in a
complaint
week.
from people.
Yeah. Still more Mario Tennis stuff.
Woohoo!
They did kind of not completely fall off of the support for Mario Tennis, but before that game came out, they were going hard.
Well, I think it made its money, and they're like, all right,
Yeah,
that's about as good as that's about as good as we'll get.
Yeah. Good on Nintendo for realizing, like, all right, we milked Mario Tennis for about all we can.
Yeah. And then the reviews were all like kind of lackluster, so I think they're like, whatever. It passed the million mark. They're like, all right, that's all we needed.
Yeah. I don't know. I might get it at some point, but Mario sports games to me are like, I'm never paying full retail for a Mario sports game. Like, they're
I have
fun.
an attachment to tennis, so I might for that one, but nothing else.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they're fun, but they're not like, oh my god, yes.
Yeah. Oh, and Mario Kart. You gotta pay full price for that.
Oh yeah, no, I'll pay full price for Mario Kart. Mario Kart is the best driving or racing game. Like,
I agree. Fight me, F-Zero fans.
Fight me when you get a game.
Yeah, when you get a game. I mean, to be fair, Mario Kart 8 kind of took all of F-Zero's mechanics, so.
Yeah, no, I don't know if we're ever gonna get another F-Zero.
Which is a shame, because I don't like when Nintendo doesn't pay its franchises any mind.
Yeah, and people like Falcon.
Right, that could be easy money.
Yeah.
Just make like a rip-off Mario Kart with him.
Yeah. And have it be like really like cheesy and vapor wavy. And
yeah.
It'll
And have
work,
really
I think.
ridiculous cutscenes.
Yeah.
Embrace the Captain Falcon memes.
And have Captain Falcon be a little fucked.
A little bit.
Yeah. Not like tremendously to where every time he's on screen you get it, but every now and again something will sneak out like, excuse me?
What? Is this game for children?
What about nipples? Like,
he does kind of remind me of that guy from Rocko's Modern Life with the nipples of the future. What's his name? Really, really big man.
I almost Googled Rocco's Modern Life nipples and I
Oh, big mistake.
Immediately thought about that.
Yep, that would have been a mistake.
Yeah, I typed in rock and I was like, no, that's not. This is a bad idea.
He actually kind of acts like him too, so that would be funny if they gave him his personality.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah, a bunch of Capcom classics are coming to. What's it called? The Switch.
yeah, that's nice. Have stuff to fill up a library.
Mm-hmm. And
people will never be able to
nostalgia.
complain about this thing's library. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right. We're what, a year and a half, 2 years in, and it's already like I went to GameStop the other day and I was looking at the Switch's library and I was like, this is good.
Yeah, it's definitely filling up. Like almost everything that's on everything else comes to the Switch too. So.
Right, and just the exclusives, like.
Right, and then on top of that, you get Mario,
like
Zelda,
Splatoon 2 and all the Mario
Smash
stuff,
Brothers.
Zelda, Smash Brothers, Bayonetta 2, like.
Right. I think there's a reason for PlayStation 4 and Switch to coexist.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Number 3, yeah, you can. I don't think we need you anymore.
Yeah, all the people
Xbox.
that would. Yeah, and I used to be on this team. I'm not anymore. I used to say I don't really see a point in Xbox and Sony coexisting. Now I'm like, I just don't see a point in Xbox existing right now.
Yeah, I'm fine. Like, Sony is, they work, I guess.
Yeah.
Not I guess, they do.
As lazy as they are, I still love Sony.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mario.
Okay. So
we're still on New Super Mario Brothers, which
I will say this is the New Super Mario's U is the best
good.
New Super Mario Brothers game in my opinion.
No, it was like actually good.
Yeah, like that and the first one are probably the two best ones.
Oh, yeah. And this is all of them, right?
I think it's the U. No, I think it's that and Luigi U. I don't think it's all of them.
Okay.
I don't think it is at least. Well, I think it's good to put that on the Switch because nobody bought a Wii U.
That's one thing I like, that like the Switch. It's kind of cheating in that it gets to be two consoles.
Right, it does.
Because everything that was worth something on the Wii U, they just put on the Switch.
Right. I'm kind of just waiting for them to put 3D World on it and be like, all right, a game that nobody bought that is worth people paying attention to finally.
Yeah.
Because the 3D World, I don't care what anybody says. I know people, as time has passed, have become more, I guess, angry at that game for kind of being more the same. That's a fun game, though.
Yeah. No, it's a
Wii U is lame, but that's a good game.
So, thumbs up, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna. It's weird that this is a weird time where we're okay with ports. Maybe we're just biased because it's Nintendo doing it. I don't know.
I think we're definitely biased because Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about something that PlayStation is doing, and I'm actually not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So next up, this is another super niche game, but
I
I
love these games.
It's there's a new, is it a new or is it a remake?
I think it's a new one.
Okay, there's a new Katamari game.
La 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 la. I love those games. They're such nonsense.
Yeah, if you've never played a Katamari game,
how do you even explain it?
you make balls.
So, you're like this thing, right? And you roll, and then everything attaches to you, right? And so then like you become more things. That's the game.
Yes.
And it's awesome.
It's hilarious. It's weird. There's nothing like it.
And it's like, it's one of those kind of games that if you hate it, I just don't get it. Like what it,
It's hard to be mad playing Katamari.
like if you're not into it, just don't play it. Like it's cheap, it doesn't really get a lot of attention. It's doing its own thing. It's not like offensive. It's just silly.
Yeah, it's harmless and silly, and it would probably be a very good game to play with your friends while you guys are drinking.
Oh boy. You know, Katamari Damacy is basically like if adults, those little like weird Adult Swim games all combined and made a game, this is it.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it.
It's harmless. Nobody buys these things anyway. I
Yeah.
remember we played it. I think it was one on the PlayStation 2. My life was changed after that. I was like, oh, I found a new Lord and Savior. It is Katamari Damacy. Whatever that little thing, the little, what is that character? The little lead character of it.
Yeah.
That
I
weird
don't
little
know.
green looking
Yeah.
robot man.
Pill thing. I
Pill
don't know.
thingy.
But thumbs up.
You know.
Katamari gets the Ig'rance seal of approval.
Oh, I love it.
'Cause it's
Definitely
ignorant.
It is ignorant. That's the type of game that I think I should just make as a troll one day.
Why not?
So, yeah,
That would
thumbs
be
up.
great if that was the entire E3.
Was just Katamari just rolling
Just a
around.
guy
for 30
playing Katamari. Yeah. No commentary about anything, no music.
You know, one thing I missed opportunity. I wish they would have said it in the Nintendo universe. So like, you go around to different Nintendo places and just absorb.
I think that could
paraphernalia
be.
from
I could see that being like a DLC for
DLC.
this.
Yeah, that
like,
would be fun. I would buy that.
Yeah. That would be fun. Like throw in a few levels themed around Nintendo universes.
Nonsense.
Katamari for Smash win.
Why not? Or at least like an assist trophy.
Assist
where it just
trophy.
comes
I'm
and
fine with
just
that actually.
Absorbs everything. All right.
All right. Enough of Katamari. Fun times in Pokemon. Let's go. Are you ready to Pokemon Let's Go to the movies?
No.
Okay.
I whatever. I'm gonna get it. I love the first gen. It's awful and it's a horrible glitchy mess. But every time they do a remake, it reminds me of why I like it because the foundation is solid.
Yeah.
That's why every game has copied it since. Ooh. All the Gen 1 haters never think about that. If it's the Gen 1 sucks so much, why is every gen copied?
Every game. Yeah.
Every gen, even Gen 2, which I prefer, is literally just
Yeah.
it's a copy of it. It is because
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
It's fun, it's simple, and it has a lot of charm to it. And they got rid of all the stupid things that don't work now finally. So we can all stop crying about Gen 1.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, and I know everybody hates when people say this, it is the gen that I am the most familiar with because it's the one I grew up with. So, like, if they do another one of these, I don't know, it's kind of fun to go back down memory lane and relive that. Even if it's
Right.
a little different, like, I don't mind doing that. They do
Right.
it anyway. Every game is just the same thing over and over.
And yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit less excited about it, I think.
No, I don't care. I'm
Okay.
Trust me, I'm not. Ooh,
No, I
I
don't
can't
think that
wait.
you're like raring to go over this. Yeah, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm fine with it. I don't hate it.
It looks like it'll be a whatever time. It's just something to wet my whistle until Gen 8 comes anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably my biggest issue is the fact that I know this is coming,
Yeah.
or Gen 8's coming, is that I'm like, all right, everything else Pokemon related is kind of like, I mean, that's cute, but
Not my Gen 8.
yeah. So yeah, we honestly can move on. I don't think there's a whole lot to gush about.
Nah.
Do you want to, I don't care about this next one.
I don't know. That's Diablo 3's come to the Switch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I do about this next one, Super Mario Party.
Yeah, this one looks awesome.
Yeah.
This looks like a fun time for a bunch of friends.
Yeah. Make
Like if you
know,
grew up with the classics, I think you'll really get something out of this one.
Yeah, Mario Party is being hopefully made great again because
Make Mario Party great again.
pug.
Mpug.
All right.
Yeah.
Um.
I don't have a lot to say because it just looks fun. Like I
Yeah.
rant about Mario Party because I hate basically
How
every
bad,
Mario
yeah.
Party.
Since
Like,
what, 5?
5, yeah. Like well, no. 6 and 7 are not terrible.
That bad. Okay.
And I had 7 and I've played 6. They're not, the minigames suck. But it's not like 8, 9, and 10.
Trash.
Get them out of here. Hate them. Hate
Yeah.
them. So, and then the one, like, they did one for the DS, I think.
Oh, that was awful.
Trash.
Yeah.
They had one in the Game Boy Advance. Trash. They did like a, was it on the 3DS? It was like the best of the Mario Party games.
I
Trash.
think maybe I don't remember honestly.
Great idea, but the XF trash. Wasted my money. I should have never downloaded that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have a lot to say. It looks good.
Yeah, I'm with it. I mean, I believe it has online multiplayer, which I think is going to be great.
Yeah, something that I can't believe they hadn't been doing all this time.
Yeah, yeah. But welcome to the 21st century video games, Nintendo. We're happy.
Seriously.
Happy you got here.
Yeah, you're late.
After this, oh, Town. Yeah,
That's made by Game Freak. That
Freak,
looks really
so-
fun, actually.
yeah. Like, I mean, we don't know much about it.
Yeah, it was a good little teaser. Like I'm interested to know more about it.
But I mean, I definitely think it's going to be worth checking out because again, Game Freak. Like,
One thing they do right is RPGs.
yeah,
Some of the other stuff they do is a little questionable, but definitely do go out with the RPGs.
yeah, I always knock that out of the park. So, looking forward to Town. Don't know a tremendous amount about it. You know, nice art style. It looks kind of reminds me of looks like a weird crossover between like Ni no Kuni and Persona. So,
That's a good way to put it. I see a lot of Ni no Kuni in it. I don't really know a ton about Persona, so I I don't know, but it does give me Ni
Yeah.
no Kuni tease. All I know about Persona is that number 5 was apparently really, really good.
yeah, I still hear about Persona 5 a lot, which good for Persona.
Yeah.
Because I also think I heard that people didn't like 4. So,
Oh. That franchise has been out since like the 90s.
yeah, it's hella old. Next we had. I don't care about this one.
Yeah, we can skip. So there's the game City Skylines. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Damon Ex Machina. What is that? I don't remember.
I remember it was talked about. I think it was talked about at E3.
Oh, okay.
Is it the mech game?
Yeah, doesn't
Yeah.
it kind of like? I'm gonna type this in because I don't want to confuse this with something else. We're professional guys. We swear.
Ridiculously.
Oh yeah, and it kind of looks like. I don't want to say it, but it does kind of look like Overwatch a little bit. Looks like a more serious Overwatch.
In a way, I think I see what you're talking about.
It's cell shaded too, so it kind of looks like I don't know. It looks like something I can't put my finger on it. Huh? I don't know. This
I don't
looks
know.
interesting. Is it an
Yeah, it's-
exclusive?
I don't know. I'll check.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean looks really niche. So
I mean, I'm just shocked that a game like this is an exclusive for like you better do it, Nintendo.
yeah, I don't think it's my cup of tea.
No, definitely not mine.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I don't
know.
this
I think
kind
it'll
of-
be.
We'll see. I'll wait until I see more of it, I guess. Like, maybe if I play it over somebody's house and I like it.
That's true. And then it might work.
That doesn't seem like something that I'd be willing to spend the little bit of money that I have for.
No, that's yeah. But cool. I mean, you know, a lot of people chalk the niche games up Nintendo as only being able to make niche games, which isn't true. But they do make them better than anyone else. So
Yeah.
I'm with it.
I'm
In
also
theory.
still, like, kind of dumbfounded that this is an exclusive. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead, Switch. Cleaning up
Right.
the crap of your younger brother or your older brother, I guess.
I'm gonna let you talk about the next one because
So, Yoshi's Crafted World. You know, looks cute. I just am so sick of all of the Yoshi games being these, like, really basic games that put way more effort into the art style than they do into the gameplay. Like, I said this the other week, but the original's Yoshi's Island in my mind, is still one of the best games ever made. Like, from a technical standpoint, its control is even better than Super Mario World, like, which was technically its its prequel. It's better than it. Like, it's got more secrets. Well, let me not say that, because it doesn't. And if you try to 100% Yoshi's Island, it does become a chore. But I think that the main adventure, like if you're not trying to 100% the game, I think it is a fun, sometimes challenging, like really creative, original platformer. And it is one of the finest ever made, in my opinion. And it's never been able to recreate that, because Yoshi's Island is cute, but it's basically every game has been trying to do what Yoshi's Island has done instead of trying to do what Yoshi's Story. Did I say Yoshi's Island? I meant Yoshi's Story.
Yeah.
Every game is trying to copy Yoshi's Story since, and I don't really like that, because Yoshi's Island is just so much better. And Yoshi's Crafted World, again, it looks fine. It just looks like, look how pretty it is. And then you play the game, it's like, I mean, I could beat this in my sleep. Yoshi's Island will destroy you if you're not ready. Like, that is not an easy game.
Yeah, it just gets boring, like, and repetitive, and I don't know.
You mean the new Yoshi games?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Yoshi's Island also has a super unique aesthetic. Like, there wasn't any game that looked like it at the time. It looked like it was made out of crayon, but I feel like that was secondary to making a really good game.
Yeah.
I don't know who's in charge of making these Yoshi games, but I think Miyamoto was in charge of Yoshi's Island. You might want to call him back.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't. Let me see if he is, because I don't think he's the director of these new Yoshi games. It really doesn't feel like it. I feel like he's being developed by Goodfield. It's not even being developed by Nintendo.
Okay, so don't do that to Yoshi.
No,
Stop.
Goodfield are the people that brought us Epic Yarn. Like, stop that. Put Yoshi off like he's some B-lister. Yoshi's one of the most iconic characters in all of video games. My parents know who Yoshi is. My parents don't know who Master Chief is.
Moving on. Then there was a bunch of stuff. Wait. Well, there was what was Asmodee?
I wrote it down. So let's see.
It's like a board game.
Oh, yeah, it's all of their. They have like a bunch of board games, so it's like the board games brought to a video game.
Okay, well, thumbs up.
Yeah, that looks, if you're into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's too much time. I don't have it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I see.
Then there was a lot of stuff I didn't care about.
Civ 6, I'll talk about that. I mean, I have Civ 6. Civilization 6. It's just like a grand strategy game, take over the world type. Yeah. So, I don't know. I have Civ 6, but I haven't played it yet because I don't play Civilization games until all the DLC has come out for it, because they're not done until then. So I've still been playing Civ 5 whenever I want to play Civ. So, but it's cool that it's on the Switch. It's mobile, which I like the idea of. Moving on, Starlink.
Yeah.
Pour one out for our boy for this one.
I know. You know what? Let's put a star next to that, because he'll probably have most to say. Yeah. I don't have anything to say. I don't care at all about this game.
No, I mean, and it's not also just not a star. I don't like how Fox looks in this, though.
He looks like how he looks in Smash 4.
But when he talks, he looks too much like a furry. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at the direct again, and for anyone out there who's curious, open the just the VOD of the direct and go to 2744. I don't like how Fox looks.
It's a weird game to me, because like it's being pushed with Star Fox in it so much, and I'm thinking to myself like, where's the Star Fox game? Like,
yeah. And that's the other thing. This is not a Star Fox game.
No, where's Star Fox? Like, this is cute. You're putting him in this little. Is it a new game? Because I've never heard of Starlink.
It's new. It's something Ubisoft is doing.
Well, that's cute, I guess. And I guess this is a way for Nintendo and Ubisoft to kind of. I mean, they've been friendly for a long time, but let's shake hands again.
Yeah.
I don't care though.
No, I don't give a shit.
I will say it is interesting though. Nintendo obviously just has the best of the three because it has the Star Fox DLC stuff or whatever.
That's
It's probably not
yeah.
even DLC. It probably just comes with the game.
Yeah, no, like, if you had the other consoles and you want this, just get it on the Switch because you'll get more stuff with it.
Yeah, and it honestly it just looks more like a game suited for the Switch. I don't know why. I don't know what makes me say that. It just does.
I kind of feel that. Same thing. I can't explain why I feel that way, but I do. Maybe we're biased. We're definitely biased.
Definitely, but anyway.
Next, The World Ends With You.
Yeah, and more Xenoblade stuff.
Yeah.
I hate The World Ends With You, but
Oh,
I like
do?
Xenoblade. I hate it. I think the main character in that game is like whenever you think of Square Enix and pretentiousness, that's the game I think of. Like the story in that game drives me absolutely insane because he thinks he's so much better than everybody, and I guess that's supposed to be the point, but it drives me nuts. I hate him.
All right.
Hate it.
I get it. Don't care about Warframe, but Warframe.
I don't even know what Warframe is.
It's, I think, an MMO that was pretty big like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a huge time sink. I know one person. I know a couple people who were really into it, and yeah, cool. Just Dance, cool.
Just Dance.
Just Dance.
What's funny about Just Dance is that Just Dance, the song that this game is based off of, the artist that made that song, Lady Gaga, this game has outlasted her. Like, he didn't even care about Lady Gaga anymore.
That's gotta be rough.
Because
every time one of these gets made, she gets notified of that, right?
I mean, I'd hope so. They're using her song name.
But that's rough. Like, every time these get made, like, you're reminded that you're irrelevant. Like, once every 3 years, you just get a check from who makes these, EA?
I think. No. Who makes... Let me see. It might be Ubisoft. Who makes Just Dance? I think it's Ubisoft.
It's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Okay, so she just gets a reminder from Ubisoft that no one's checking for her anymore.
That's all right. She's about to go be in that remake of A
right?
Star Is Born, and she actually might get nominated for an Oscar because she is very talented. So
Okay, I didn't know that. Well, good for her.
yeah, the music ain't selling, so you gotta make money somewhere else.
Hey, find a hustle.
There
Not
you
gonna
go.
knock that.
And I hope she gets a percentage of whatever Just Dance games make.
I'd imagine.
You base the game off of the name of her first song. You better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd imagine she does. Next, FIFA. Don't care.
Ole, 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 ole.
All right.
Meh.
Then
This is probably why I
big
was.
news.
Yeah, this is probably why I was like, ugh, after I watched this direct. So, okay, I'm happy about. Okay, lead us into this, Derek.
Okay, so first, a new Animal Crossing game, right?
Yay!
I think that gets a thumbs up from us. I mean,
if
I like
Josh was
Animal
here,
Crossing.
he'd give it a big thumbs up. I think he really likes Animal Crossing.
Yeah, like, and it's been. We were just talking about this last episode, weren't we?
Yep.
Yeah, it had been like 6 years, right?
Yeah, you called
2012?
this. You
Yeah.
called this one.
Okay, there we go. So cool. Animal Crossing, I'm all here for it.
Yeah.
Then we kind of got thrown Isabelle, another main character from Animal Crossing.
I have a question. Is she an Echo or is she a fighter on her own?
I don't think she's an Echo Fighter.
Oh, boo. Why is she
I think
taking
she's
up
her
a
own
spot?
character. Yeah, this is confusing to me. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I like the little Animal Crossing characters, but did she have to take up a spot?
A whole ass character in Smash. I get one thing I will say from Nintendo's perspective is this is potentially a good way to get people to check out Animal Crossing who were new to it.
Definitely.
So-
But I think they could have achieved that just making her an Echo,
Fighter.
though.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me look. Is Isabelle an Echo Fighter? Jesus Christ, I can't type right now.
I never looked at that trailer. To this day, I still haven't seen it. So that's why I'm asking these dumb questions. Once I realized that's how they were ending, I was left a little cold.
Let me see.
which was my fault. I shouldn't have put too much into just a random direct in September, but I feel like they have a lot to talk about, and they just keep talking about the same things over and over.
Okay, so nothing has been said officially that she's an Echo Fighter.
Right.
And I don't really remember her moveset enough to be able to look at it and tell if that's Villager or not.
Okay.
I think she should be.
I agree. I don't think she should be her own character. That's a waste of a spot, in my opinion.
I kind of agree.
And, like, if you want her to have her own thing, guess what you can do with Echo characters? Give them their own spot.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, she would be an odd one out, just because... I don't know. Like, I like Isabel. I like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I don't think they're adorable.
Yeah, I don't think this is bad.
No.
Like, it's not like I'm gonna, look at the character select screen and be pissed off every time I see Isabel.
No. It's just one of those things that, like
why?
There are people that got canned in the past for being quote-unquote clones. It's like with the Dark Pit thing. Like, how are you going to say you don't want Mewtwo back because he's just a clone or whatever? Mewtwo maybe not a great example, but whoever, Roy, you didn't want Roy back in Brawl because he was a clone, but then you brought back
Isabel.
And then you created Wolf in Brawl. You know, like that kind of, that weird thinking that the guys over at, who does Smash Brothers? HAL?
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys over at HAL. I don't know sometimes. And then that's how it ended. And I was like, oh. Yeah.
Which, I mean,
fair,
I guess...
I was also in a bad mood that day. So.
Okay. And I guess, like, in terms of a big recap, I mean, we did get two, like, good enough... not good enough. I think we got two good announcements in Luigi's Mansion 3 and Animal Crossing.
And, like, looking back on it, was a lot of stuff. Like, they talked about a lot of content. And
then, not a lot of the smaller stuff. You know, we got more information on Pokemon Let's Go.
Mario Party.
A few, Mario Party, updates for a few games, a few remakes, or re-releases, so...
A slap in the face with the new Yoshi game.
You know. It's okay. I'm happy that it wasn't another Smash Direct.
Yeah, but I guess... Like, I'm not as salty as I was at first, but I still just... I just find it so strange that Nintendo has so many of these projects...
that we know nothing about.
Yeah, and then before we know it...
more.
Before we know it, a year will pass, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, that's scrapped. I'm like, what? You stopped talking about it. What do you mean you scrapped it?
I think that's the thing, is that it's like, what are we... We have no information. What do we know that's going to come out that we still don't have any information on? Pokemon, Fire Emblem, and Metroid?
Yeah.
And those are three big.
Huge.
Yeah.
Especially
we're getting
Gen
Pokemon
8,
next year.
I mean, I get it, because they don't want to
they usually hold Pokemon spoilers, like, until, like, the last month.
Which is fine. Whatever. It's going to sell anyway.
It doesn't matter. They could, like, just release a Pokemon game tomorrow, and it'll do amazingly.
Right. It might. The first week may not be that great, but the second week will. Once people realize it's out, they're like, "Oh snap! It's my Pokemans."
So, yeah, I don't know. I'd give this direct like a C+, B-.
I probably am there with you. I remember last week I said that Nintendo Directs usually are never like meh. They're usually really good
amazing
or really bad.
Or awful.
Yeah, this is
a meh one.
This is meh.
Yeah.
I take those words back.
I get like an upwards inflection on the meh.
Yeah, it's like meh.
Yeah. It's not like meh.
No.
It's meh.
No, I was definitely meh when I first saw it, but yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I had a really bad day.
Yeah. So I guess more Nintendo stuff.
I mean, we're talking about games, and it's the Ig'rance podcast. What did you expect?
So, that's true. But we're gonna end with Sony, so.
And it's good news about Sony.
Yeah, great news.
Yeah, it starts off negative, but it gets good.
Yeah, I guess small. Small thing. Speaking of Pokemon, a Gen 8 Pokemon was leaked. I think they found it in Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm. And it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like a nut, like
like a nut and bolt
hardware. Yeah. With legs and a tail.
And a big eye in it.
Yeah.
It looks stupid.
Yeah, I don't really care,
I hate it.
but
I hate most Pokemon designs. So I haven't
yeah,
liked the starters design since like Gen 3. I hate all the new designs of
yeah,
Pokemon.
I'm there with you on the starters. Starters have always been consistently trash.
Yeah, Gen 3 was like the beginning of the downcline, and it's just been crap ever since.
Yeah. Um. So cool, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Don't. It's
I
gonna be
don't
the
know why
game.
people are losing their minds over it. Like,
Yeah, like on either end, like being ridiculously excited or like really mad. Like,
who cares?
yeah.
We're gonna get like 100 more of these things anyway.
All right, we're gonna get to it. That we're at 890. We're gonna get to 1,000.
You think we'll get to 1,000 this next
I
year?
think we'll get to it. I think, or we'll get to 999.
I think we'll get close. I mean, we have
Just
no
because I don't
choice.
see them stopping at like 952.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think like
I've-
1,999 or 1,001 are my
I've learned to stop trying to.
predict. Yeah,
Yeah,
because they like
because
throwing
Game Freak,
curveballs.
the second you say they're gonna do something, they do the opposite.
Yeah, they got tired of being predictable,
Yep. Because where's Pokemon Gray to this day,
right?
or Z,
Mm-hmm. Um.
or that rumor of Pokemon, or what was it, Stars? And they're like, yeah, no, we're just gonna do
No.
remakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up, I don't know about this one actually.
Okay, so there's this screenshot going around of Ken from Street
Street
Fighter,
Fighter?
being in Smash Brothers.
I'd be
I don't
okay
see
with
why
it.
not.
Yeah, I just make him an Echo Fighter of Ryu. Like,
Right.
I mean,
that's
he
what I
is
assume
in.
he'd be.
I mean, in Street Fighter, right? They have pretty much the same moveset.
Yeah, there's slight differences, but they're basically
Yeah.
the same character.
Yeah, so why not? I mean, Ken's a big deal.
Yeah, I'd argue he's just as iconic as Ryu.
Yeah,
You may not know his name, but you know what he
Him.
looks like.
yeah.
It's
So
like
cool.
it's
I'm
like
with it.
if this would never happen, but if they would have ever put Sub-Zero in Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat,
they'd have to put
I
Scorpion.
mean
Yeah,
in Smash Bros, but like, no, you gotta put Scorpion. So
right.
they're the
Yeah,
same
I
thing.
guess
I get
that's-
it, but you gotta put
yeah.
him in.
No, like, so cool. No beef. The Nintendo online service is live as of us recording this. It's been live for a few days.
And people are mad. Like, okay, let me rephrase that. There is a very subsect of people that like to be mad that are really mad at this.
Yeah, so I guess a quick rundown. How it works is to play, I think most of their, I don't think it's every single online game, but it's going to be pretty much every single one, and every single one that's worth playing online. You have to pay a yearly subscription service.
And how much is the subscription service, Derek? Tell us.
This is a whole $20 a
Oh
year.
my, they're robbing us. Jeez,
Mind you,
people.
to play Xbox Live and PlayStation Network also require a subscription service of I think $50 a year.
Actually, Xbox Live is $59.99 for a
Okay.
month.
I think
So it's
PSN is
60.
50. So like, this is less than half the price, a third in the case of comparing it to Xbox Live. And it's basically just that, you have to pay to play games online. One benefit is similarly to how PlayStation Network and Xbox Live give you a free game every month, I believe that they're going to do the same thing as well.
But they have much more of a library, so they're
Yeah,
giving you a
their free games are going
free
to be, I think, like
library.
classic games.
which is a
Like
library.
right now, yeah, like right now. Think about it this way. Right now, you can pay $20 for what are the? Okay, so I have a list of the launch titles that you get with
Okay.
the Switch Online service.
Do you have a link?
Just Nintendo Switch Online. Yeah, I'll link it.
Thank you.
So you get. I'll do the big ones first.
Okay,
You get the original Super Mario Bros.
Of
The
course.
original Legend of Zelda.
of course.
Super Mario Bros. 3.
Which
Yoshi.
is, I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Ice Climber, Double Dragon, and Double Dragon.
I'll say
Like
this,
those are the heavy hitters.
to me, Mario 3, like, that's that's one of the best games ever made. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
And then
And
you
they-
get a lot of the other, just small things like soccer, tennis, Excite Bite, Ghosts and Goblins, baseball.
Ghosts and Goblins is not one of the small
Uh,
ones.
yeah,
Ghosts
it's
and Goblins
a
is
lot
one of the
it's
hardest
classic.
games ever made.
Yeah. But
Gradius.
yeah. Okay, yeah, I miss
Tecmo Bowl.
Miss Gradius. So this is what you get for like when you sign up for it.
And you know you're gonna get more. So like, don't even
Well,
act.
their upcoming releases are Solomon's Key, NES Open, Dodgeball for October. For November, you get Metroid, the
Metroid.
original Metroid.
Which is a piece of crap, but it's still a classic.
Right. um, in December, you get Wario and Ninja Gaiden. Like, I don't know. I think this is fine.
And you're gonna like, come
You're
on,
gonna get
man.
more stuff too.
Like, Nintendo has the biggest library just because it's been out longer than any other company. Like, you're gonna get more.
Right. Like $20 a month is, or a year.
You're basically making an investment so that they can afford to do things like the GameCube online, which you know is gonna happen. So,
Right.
and everybody wants that. So like, let's not mess it up by not supporting. Do your
Yeah,
online
like-
thing, people. You do it for everybody else for more
Yeah,
money.
I don't think $20 a year is that. Again, think of it as. I feel like if you were to treat this as, at least for this year, you're paying $20 for Super Mario Bros., Legend of Zelda, Ghosts and Goblins, Excite Bite, Mario 3, Donkey Kong, Ice Climbers, Double Dragon, Gradius, and River City Ransom.
And I'm
I don't
sure
know.
there's gonna be like, again, this is just how it starts off. But Nintendo they're creative people. They're gonna come
Yeah.
up with more interesting stuff later.
Right, I don't think they're going to keep on, re-releasing old games forever, but
No.
for
And even
now,
if they do, like, old for them is the Wii. Like, the Wii is
Yeah.
12 years old. Like,
right.
that's
The
that-
only complaint I would kind of have is from what I've seen, it looks like if you want to talk like with your friends, you have to use the phone app to do that. Like you can like a phone app is being released alongside with this,
I didn't know that.
which
No,
I will say Nintendo, that's stupid.
Yeah, come on, Nintendo.
You get a thumbs down for that. We've had online video games for decades at this point. You
Right?
play online, and the original Halo 1, you could play online. And came out in like 2001. We've had this kind of thing for a minute. But if that's the biggest issue,
And honestly,
know.
I feel like that's something that if enough people complained about it, Nintendo is
they'll change it.
They'll,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure if you have to do that, because one of my friends works at Target and he was talking about how there are like Nintendo headsets.
Oh,
And if those headsets come with a mic, then I assume
yeah, you wouldn't need.
yeah,
this
they're going to
stupid
change
ass
that at
thing.
some point. So,
Can I also just say, the little picture of Bowser and Bowser Jr. is really adorable.
oh, it's great.
Bowser's just become like the best father in Nintendo lately.
Yeah. Thumbs up. And speaking of Nintendo 64 classic things, or Nintendo classic things, Nintendo 64 classic, it'll probably happen. The trademark has been filed for N64 classic.
And I will just say this. The N64, it's so funny. It's just another example of what I always say. People always look at stuff in retrospect with more love than when it's out. N64, if you had an N64, you probably never had to experience this. But I was around a bunch of people that like did not and had PlayStations.
Yeah, you got clowned.
Yeah, so like N64 is always looked at as like the kiddie console, and then I don't know, if you look back on it, PlayStation 1 is great, but the N64. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So-
it comes with, I mean, the N64, like just off the bat, off the top of my head, Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart 64, which isn't great, but it's nostalgia, Banjo-Kazooie,
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, Majora's Mask. This is just off the top of my head. For me, Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Regrets in Paris. Anyone?
The WW.
Yes,
F
all the
game?
all of them. The WWF
Yeah.
ones, the NCW, all
Yeah.
of them. I had all of them too because I was into wrestling back then.
So this is cool. I'm here
Yeah,
for it.
I can't.
I mean,
wait for that. I
You
would
know,
get
it makes
that.
sense for them to do it because they did it with the NES and the Super Nintendo. So
Oh, I would get that. Like I don't
Yeah.
really have too much interest in like an NES one. The Super Nintendo one interests me. I just didn't have the money for it. I would get this though. Because the games I really, really, really love on the Super Nintendo probably wouldn't come with the classic, but they would come with this.
Right.
So,
Speaking of classics, well, I guess we're making the jump to PlayStation.
oh boy.
The PlayStation Classic has been officially announced.
It doesn't really serve a purpose because they already have, in my opinion, they've already done this before. Like, I can't think off the top of my head a specific example, but I feel like PlayStation does this all the time, like with classic games.
Well, my thing is that
It's not really novel for PlayStation.
and there are going to be 20 games on it. One of the games is Final Fantasy VII.
Ooh, that's kind
Which-
of a big one.
It's cool that you're getting Final Fantasy VII, right?
Mm-hmm.
But aren't you also getting Final Fantasy VII?
No.
Oh, that game's never going to come out?
No, that's going to be a Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, okay.
It'll come out when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, this is a nice wet your whistle until never.
But, I don't know, like Final Fantasy VII, Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer!
I don't remember Jumping Flash or Wild Arms. You also get Tekken 3, which...
People like Wild Arms.
Okay. I don't know. I don't care.
I don't either. I'm not going to get this one.
Yeah.
Call me biased all you want. I feel like there's other ways to get these. Like, it's just not it's not the same.
I agree. But, good news, I guess, depending on who you are. Good news for 99% of people who enjoy video games out there. Bad news for the 1% who are waiting for the PS Vita 2. Unfortunately, friends, you're not getting it.
Huh?
Sony, they're scrapping handhelds.
So I just kind of wagged my finger at Sony. Now I applaud them. I think it's smart to sometimes to just acknowledge when, like,
You lost.
yeah, that's not my fight.
Yeah.
You guys are killing it in consoles because the PS4 is still doing really well, and it just got a boost by something we're about to talk about. But I don't know. Nobody cares about the Vita. Now you don't have the Wii U to laugh at. I don't even think. I think the Wii U actually outsold the Vita. That might not be true, but I think it was.
If so, if not, it's not by a huge margin.
Right. Like the Vita. The way everybody clowned the Wii U, I wish people would clown the Vita because it's really
The Vita deserves it too.
It's really an embarrassment, especially after the PlayStation. See, this is. I knew I was on the right side when the PSP came out. I always defended the DS over it. Like I had a PSP, but
everyone had a
the DS was
PSP.
better.
Well, I felt like the PSP was something everyone got and played for 8 months,
And then it just
never touched after that.
Well, we touched it, just not for
Yeah,
games.
yeah, it became a porn machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and like handhelds right now are the 3DS and iOS games.
And honestly,
That's not going to change.
since the Switch is kind of a hybrid,
Yeah.
like even the 3DS.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, we've said multiple times on this show that we'd be fine with the end of the 3DS.
There was a rumor. I didn't put this on because like I didn't see it from enough sources, but I'll bring it up anyway. That PlayStation was thinking about for the PS5 doing a hybrid thing. I mean, I guess it's just that's so derivative. Like that's not even trying.
Yeah.
That's like PlayStation Move levels of copycat.
You didn't like the dildo?
No, nobody
vibrator,
did.
excuse
Nobody
me.
did.
I had one. I literally never used it.
Didn't it come with the
Yeah, it
later
did, and I was like,
PS3s?
I'm not using this. I still had my Wii. Like, no.
Right. Connect was a much better copycat, and it sucked.
Yeah.
Too.
Right. So, but I guess ending video game news with very
Great
good news for
and
Sony.
I'm very happy to talk about this one actually. So
Yeah. Spider-Man 3, we talked about it in the last episode. You know, it's getting a lot of critical praise.
not Spider-Man
also-
3, Spider-Man for the PS.
Spider-Man for the PS4, not Spider-Man 3.
No,
I don't know why I
everyone
said
still hates
Spider-Man 3. Yeah. I don't think that the common consensus is ever going to turn around on that one, I think.
That's still the movie that made me go meh towards Venom, and I'll never forgive that movie for that.
But Spider-Man, the game for the PS4, yeah, it's Sony has announced that it is the fastest selling PlayStation game. Not like the fastest selling PS4 game, but just PlayStation game.
Mm-hmm.
It sold 3.3 million copies in 3 days.
Which is like ridiculous.
Kudos. Yeah, like, and because it's a good game, especially, that's another reason I'm saying this.
Right.
Like,
If it was crap, I'd be irritated.
right. If this was Call of Duty, who gives a fuck? Then I'd be like, really, niggas? But
Right.
no, this gets a thumbs up. And like we've said, we do stand Nintendo, but we like Sony here.
Yeah, and I like Spider-Man, so it's a mix of two things I like.
So this gets a thumbs up. You know, good for the PS4 to have. Still think the PS4 is kind of a fuck.
It is. Spider-Man is definitely...
This doesn't save it.
No,
but
it's carrying that console.
it's trying. Yeah.
Thanks, Spider-Man. You're making the thing useful again.
Yeah. Right. Turning it from another Netflix machine to.
Yeah. I just want to say for the record, Super Mario Odyssey shipped 2 million units in 3 days. Just saying.
There you go.
For a console that it just come out. Just
Right.
putting that out there. Just so you all know that.
We remember who's king.
Yeah. And apparently Monster Hunter World shipped 5 million units in its first 3 days. I don't know how much I believe that, but okay.
Maybe. I know Monster Hunter's huge in Japan, so
5 million though in 3 days for Monster Hunter?
I think Monster Hunter's huge in Japan.
5 million though?
That's a lot. You're right. I don't know.
Are there even 5 million people in Japan?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. Saying. Like,
all right.
5 million people are gonna buy. I don't know.
I hope so, for Monster Hunter's sake. But I guess that covers games. So eventful and a lot of good things. So
yeah. I will say one thing too about the Spider-Man game. I started to like look at all the reviews and stuff, and apparently now people are starting to get all critical of it.
Of what?
I don't know. Like, I guess they're saying it doesn't add enough to the genre, which I agree with. But I've seen some scores go down really low because of that. I'm like, no, come on. That's like saying, well, you can't really like the new Smash Brothers because it really doesn't add much to the formula. It's like, but it's still a good game. Well, we don't know if it will be, but if it is a good game, like, who cares?
Right.
What a stupid criticism.
Like, I get it, but
Every game's supposed to
It's fine.
be the most innovative game of all time.
right.
Like, okay, it's an Arkham City clone. I said that when it first came out. It's a good Arkham City clone. It's a better Arkham City
but
clone than Arkham Knight. And Arkham Knight got a higher score on IGN than Spider-Man did, which I think is nonsense.
And
Arkham Knight
IGN
is
will
boring.
still dick ride Call of Duty, like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Or
like,
Pokemon.
no. Yeah. So,
Except Gen
Whatever.
3. They hate Gen 3.
which is weird.
I know they like Gen 4. Gen 4 is way worse.
And yeah. Gen 3 just has too many horns and too much water, but
I like
which
the
I
horns.
think those memes are hilarious.
I like
Gen
the
3 is
horns.
horns and water.
I don't like the water, but I do like the horns.
Yeah. I guess moving on into
Television.
film and television. Do we have
Yeah,
any
there's
film
a lot
stuff?
less to talk about, so.
Yeah. Yeah, but a few interesting points. Starting off with some stupidity. So, especially in the black community, there's a phrase to say that something is canceled.
Yeah.
Like, if you say or do something stupid,
You get
you're
canceled.
canceled.
Yeah.
In South Park, they're in and out of being hip to pop culture.
Which is hilarious.
But they were hip to this one.
They probably
And-
got some black writers in the studio now.
Maybe. They should. Well, I mean, they don't really have. They have a writing room.
Right.
It's just
There's a bunch of
one
people
guy who
throw
does it.
ideas.
Yeah, and then, is it Trey or Matt?
It's Trey.
Yeah, and then Trey goes and does everything.
To be fair, that's kind of like if I do get a writing team, that's probably how I'm going to do for
yeah.
my show.
Yeah,
Just have like everybody put their input and then I'll just go write the script. So
right.
I'll give them props.
Which-
It does seem efficient.
Yeah.
You don't have to like keep doing drafts and drafts and drafts.
Yeah, keeps everything uniform. Doesn't
Yeah.
feel like, different episodes are written by different people.
Exactly.
Because it's hard to write in someone else's voice.
Right.
Or it can be.
Unless it's Anyway, let's not go too deep into that.
Yeah, that's a.
We're about to
I
go
don't
off on
think
a
most people
writing
care.
tangent,
Yeah.
and people are like, "What?"
Well, yeah, South Park. I think it's to advertise the new season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which comes
They're
out.
going around.
Oh my
soon,
god! It did.
right?
Did it come out this Wednesday? Did it just? Did it come out and I missed it?
Season 22. Is that what we're on?
I don't know.
No, it comes out this upcoming Wednesday.
Okay.
26th.
I'm about to say no, man. I can't miss my South Park.
Yeah. So that's cool. You know, season 22 of South Park
Yeah.
still here.
People are like really dumb because they think the South Park is really trying to get
South
itself
Park's not
canceled.
gonna get canceled.
No, like I was saying to you off camera, it's Comedy Central's. It's been Comedy Central's top show since 1997.
Yeah, like
Every time another show comes and does well, it's always right after South Park. Daily Show after South Park. Chappelle Show after South Park. Like, South Park is the king. The end.
like what else does Comedy Central have?
Right now, nothing. That
Like Jon Stewart left, and I like Trevor Noah, but like
he ain't no Jon Stewart.
it's not
though.
Jon Stewart. Yeah,
And that
Colbert left.
that show about the president sucks. It's not funny at all. I hate it.
Oh, I didn't even know they had one.
It sucks.
I believe it.
It's like that Little Bush show. Terrible.
Oh,
You got so
they
much
made another
material.
show like Little Bush.
Yeah, it's like
How do
Little
you
Bush.
how do you fuck that up?
It's terrible. And
How do you fuck that up?
it's sad because the guy that does the impression was funny when he did the impression on SNL, but
But watching a show of an impression, it can get a little boring.
oh yeah,
Similarly to Little Bush.
yeah. Lil Bush, I'll actually give it. Lil Bush was a little bit more creative than this. At least Lil Bush was just like, woo! It was almost like, why is this about George Bush? Because it really wasn't much of a critique on him. This one
Yeah.
is too much. And get it? The president does this, the president does that. The president, like, I know. I watch the news every day. I know.
Right.
Where's the joke?
Um.
Real life is funnier than that show at this point.
Yeah. Thumbs down. And thumbs down to everyone who thinks South Park's gonna get canceled.
Yeah, that's just dumb.
And at this, there's nothing South Park could say to get. There's stuff that they could say.
Like what?
They could, and they could just say the N word, hard R, for like 22 minutes, and that's the whole episode.
Derek, they've done that.
No, I mean just that. Like, I know what you mean. South Park has gone over the line.
But they literally could do an episode where they just say the N word.
You know, that's true. They had an episode to see how many times they could
Yeah.
get censored.
They will
Just
do
for
that.
the fun of it. You know, it's South Park is unkillable.
Don't give them ideas because I don't want to see that. That'll be the worst part of the show. 'Cause I hated the Jesse Jackson episode just to
Yeah.
be able to say the N word. Like, come on, man.
Next up, Henry Cavill.
We were just talking. I think we jinxed it. Good
Yeah.
for him at least, but
Yeah. And I wouldn't say bad for the universe. I don't give a fuck.
we'll get into.
I'm
that
not going
in
to
a
care about
second.
something that doesn't care about itself.
Yeah, I was about to say because I think that's going to probably be the root
A
of this
big talking
conversation.
point. Yeah. So,
He gone.
yeah.
Allegedly.
Not officially, but he's trying to get out of his contract.
Which
And
is
allegedly he has gotten out. I
Right.
will say, I feel like he should have seen the writing on the wall when he didn't shave his mustache for, what was it? Oceans. Was it an Oceans or
I think it was Mission Impossible.
Mission
which
Impo-
just
Yeah, he
went on
didn't-
to make tons of money.
Yeah.
So
he didn't shave his mustache for Justice League because he needed it for Mission Impossible.
I mean, I think
So
he made
you-
the right choice.
Yeah. And you clearly saw from that, you know, what he puts more stock in. If you're not going to shave a mustache for a movie because you need it for another one, you clearly don't care about that first movie.
And he's about to go be the main protagonist of
In the Witcher
the
thing,
Witcher
right?
show. So
Yeah. So, like, he's doing fine. He doesn't
he
need
sure
this.
is. And
Which-
I've heard rumors that everybody keeps looking at him. Well, they want him to be the next James Bond. I don't think that'll happen. But he's a hot commodity right now. If I was Henry Cavill, I would just be like, look, that is just the universe giving me an out. I don't need to be a part of this stupid universe no more.
I mean, no one. The only person of the three who are fine with it is Gal Gadot because her movie was good.
But I think even she should leave.
I mean, I think they all should leave. Oh,
I think it sends a
didn't
message to DC
yeah.
like, no, this franchise sucks.
Yeah,
You can't abuse me.
right. So that's going on there. Let's say, let's do this next one. I
Right.
guess. Joker solo movie is in the making.
Yeah, didn't a trailer or something come out?
I think so. Hold on. I want to see who wrote it and directed it.
I wrote it.
Did you?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't waste my time with something like that.
Okay, so it's directed by
Like I have any leg to stand on.
right? It's directed by Todd Phillips, who no.
That's the Hangover guy.
Is it the Hangover guy?
Yeah, let me see what else he. I know he definitely did the Hangover.
Hangover, Starsky and Hutch, Road Trip, Old School,
Oh my
Due
god!
Date.
What
War
is he
Dogs.
doing writing a?
What?
You do know the Joker's not like a comedy, right? Like he's not supposed to be like he's funny, but in a he just broke his own finger kind of way.
Right. And Scott Silver, a writer for it. Oh no. Tashel, I'll give you 3 chances to guess what Superman hero movie this man worked on.
Oh god!
It's one of your favorites.
Oh no! Not Wolverine. Ah! X-Men Origins. I knew it.
Yeah, he's an uncredited writer for X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I don't. Have I ranted about that movie in this show yet?
I think you've mentioned that you hate it.
I hate that movie with a passion. It is one of my top 10 least favorite movies of all time. I hate that movie. It's so irritating. I hate that movie.
So, one thing I will say that this made me think, because I saw it, because the guy who's playing him, Joaquin Phoenix,
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin. That's how you spell Joaquin.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's a really
Yeah,
strange
Joaquin.
choice for the Joker. Joaquin Phoenix.
One person who I had thought would work for it. You know the dude who played the villain in No Country for Old Men?
Yeah.
I think that would be an interesting take on a Joker.
Well, how old is he?
That's true. He's probably old as fuck. Isn't he? Fuck. But I don't know. Makeup.
Makeup.
Um.
Well, maybe he's not that old. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's
Came
his
out in
name?
07.
Yeah, let me see.
Um.
What's the character's name?
Have your. What was the character's name? Oh yeah, Javier Bardem.
Wasn't he in
He was in Skyfall. He was in.
Oh, okay. I was saying, wasn't he in a James Bond? Okay, that was him.
Yeah. I don't know.
But isn't this supposed to be an origin story for the Joker?
I guess
Like, I think he could work
Probably.
as an older Joker, but not.
that's true. Yeah.
I also don't know what this Joker movie is. Like, is
About.
it an origin?
I don't know.
story? Why are we getting a Joker movie?
Well, keep in mind, everyone, we're getting this Joker movie, and the Harley Quinn Joker movie is being made. Like, I think it's being shot now. These are 2 different Jokers. Because they're getting Joaquin Phoenix.
And Ben Affleck is left, by the way. He's not gonna
Yeah.
be Batman anymore. So be
So,
prepared
like,
for 3 different Batmans existing at the same time.
and maybe the same universe? Question mark. I don't know.
You know, I was gonna say who knows, but I guess a better question is who cares.
That's yeah. So, I guess we alluded to it earlier, and we've said it multiple times on this show. We love DC.
Yeah, way more
We
than
prefer
Marvel.
DC to Marvel, regardless of their current iterations.
Yeah,
But like, guys,
yeah. These decisions suck. This universe is icky. I said it. I think when we were reviewing Black Panther, the way I feel about the Justice League, I just want it to just go away.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it anymore. It's like
Take
there's
it
nothing
back.
you can fix at this point. Like you could literally
is-
undo all the things I don't like and the damage has already been done, that I wouldn't want to see it. Like,
It's kind of like going to a restaurant and like every time they give you your food, something's wrong with it. Like every time it's overcooked or there's hair in it or someone you can tell someone dipped it in the toilet. Like
toilet.
and you keep on sending it back. And, after like the third or the fourth time, you and the people you're there with are like, fuck it, we're leaving.
Yeah.
And then they handcuff you to the chair. And they're like, but no, we'll get it right this next time. And it's like, please, I don't want it anymore.
Right. It's like, in that analogy, maybe in like 10 years, we're driving past this place and someone's like, oh, let's try it. I'm like, I had a bad experience, but okay, I'll give it another shot. It's been a while. I'm just not at that point yet. I'm done. That I'm done with this group. I don't want to hear anything they have to say. I don't want to see any more of the movies. I'm like, at this point, try to clean up your animated movies, because I think there's definitely still hope there. Make your video games and put the live action movies on hold for a little bit, because you don't know what you're doing.
Go back to the drawing board.
Right, like if
Fine.
if need be, go release your animated movies in theaters. Why not?
Yeah. See if you can steal anyone from Marvel. Like any of those decision makers.
Or get some of your talented writers that left back. Like some of those guys that worked in the animated universe, bring them back. Actually, we always say it. I don't know why nobody doesn't do it. Get them to take over, creatively at least.
Yeah.
They may not know a lot about live action, but they know a lot about storytelling.
And they're good at it. I mean, you still have Bruce Timm, and he made Harley Quinn. Like, I don't know.
Do they still have Bruce Timm?
I think they do.
Okay, he hasn't left yet. Good.
Yeah.
Because Paul Dini's gone, and Paul Dini was the writing mastermind behind Batman the Animated Series. I actually think you could give him more credit for creating Harley Quinn than Bruce Timm.
That's true, but
still, he's over at Marvel
figure it
now.
out. Yeah.
Oops.
Figure it out, please. We want to like you, but we can only stand so hard. Like, if Nintendo released, like, 5 more consoles like the Wii U...
Oh, I'd be done. If they'd have done another one like the Wii U,
yeah,
I'd have been
like,
done.
if we dealt with the Wii U, and then if the Switch was garbage as well, can't defend it anymore.
Nope. But see, even in that analogy, like, the Wii did not start off icky. It became icky because they stopped caring.
That's true. But this universe started off
with Man of Steel. It started off awful.
Oh, yeah, Man of Steel. Green Lantern got canned.
They act like that didn't even happen.
Act like the whole universe didn't even happen.
Exactly. You did it once, do it again.
And you're losing... Dude, like, Suicide Squad made a lot of money, so I get why that is getting a sequel from that perspective.
But that movie sucked.
Yeah, it was awful. But Dawn of Justice and Justice League didn't. Like, I think Dawn of Justice barely went positive, and I think Justice League lost them money.
Yeah, it lost them money. Because, Dawn of Justice made more money than Justice League, didn't it? Didn't Dawn of Justice do like 800 and Justice League did like 700 or something?
Something like
Which
that.
is disgusting. Like,
yeah, you can't have your sequel make
not to
less,
mention,
especially that much less.
And not even like a sequel, because it is a sequel, but it's the Justice League movie. That and it now can't be undone. The first Justice League movie will forever in history be that. Thanks.
Yeah, I guess let's move on.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get annoyed.
To Netflix. We like Netflix. I think,
I was aware of the future.
Yeah. But
sorry, I'm eating popcorn. That's really unprofessional of me.
They'll deal with it. We're missing one of our boys. This is an unprofessional episode.
Even with him, let's be honest.
Yeah, we're missing our boy. Not one of. He is our boy, a resident.
Whiteman?
Caucasus. Man from the Caucasus region. Caucasus, is that it?
The Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah, or islands, mountains, I don't know.
He is currently in Caucasus Land.
He's in Texas, yeah.
Yeah, it's Caucasus Land. Anyway.
But yes, speaking of Netflix, I don't know what the fuck we were just talking about. Just making up words in areas. But there's a live action Avatar: The Last Airbender TV show, I think, in production.
Boo.
I don't want to see it.
Boo.
Like, Netflix, I love you. I don't want this.
Nope.
Just get the show.
Exactly. Isn't it on Netflix?
If they have it, why are you doing this?
Boo.
If you can't, get it.
I think I said this
way
when we were
cheaper.
talking about the Avatar Kyoshi thing. I think they should just make a new show in the universe.
Or do that.
Those people are really talented. We don't need a live action adaptation of a show we already know and like. Like,
We already got one of these.
exactly. We saw
Don't get
how
me
that
wrong.
ended.
I have faith that this is going to be better than the movie we got.
Oh, I don't.
Not much better. I don't think this is going to
I
be good. Don't get it twisted. I don't think that this is going to be anywhere near as good as the animated show.
I never
don't
get my
think
hopes up with adaptations of anime, so.
That's fair. I hope that they'll be like, all right, we just have to do slightly better than that. Can we do this, team?
The thing I really don't like is that a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, this is an opportunity to fix what was wrong with the animated one." I don't need that though. I think I like when a show has flaw. I don't need it to be perfect because you'll just create more flaws doing that.
Yeah.
Avatar is perfectly imperfect. I like it as it is. I wouldn't change a thing. Leave it alone.
Yeah. No, I don't like the idea of going back and trying to redraw over something and fix it. Because another thing that's going to happen is it's not going to be in the spirit of the same. It's going to, like, I feel like if you go back and you try and redo something to fix the last thing,
Star Wars.
You focus you focus so much on the new stuff that you lose sight of what you were originally, and it just doesn't feel right. And no one wants this.
Yeah,
Like,
to me, it has the potential of being like the Star Wars prequel kind of, not in the same vein because it is just remaking it, but it has to seem as cheap as those movies do, where it just seems like a cash grab. Like, what are you doing this for?
Yeah, and I guess more Marvel. Marvel's announcing more TV shows.
Smart move.
Isn't Disney about to release a streaming service?
Oh yeah, and they're taking Marvel with them.
Yeah, I guess they're
Star
taking it
Wars.
from Netflix.
I think so, but that's not going to launch for a couple of years, so
Yeah,
this will probably be out before they do that.
Yeah, which again, Disney's making a streaming service. Which, okay,
Yeah,
they have enough content. Like,
it's the way of the future.
yeah,
It's funny because I think the characters they're talking about, they want to do a show for Captain Marvel and some other people. Captain Marvel's movie hasn't even come out. Or
they can do it.
I mean,
maybe they
gonna
can.
do
Well,
it, but-
Marvel can. I don't know. Maybe because we're about to talk about Star Wars, and I feel like Disney has spent a lot of time under the impersonation or under the idea of, well, look at how well this other stuff is done. We can just do it. And Star Wars has definitely started to show them wrong.
Yeah.
It has proved them wrong.
I think they should wait until Captain Marvel comes out before they make such a bold plan.
Yeah, because it's gonna be with the same actress, and what's her name? Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. What if
Yeah,
people
she's
don't
not
like
cheap.
It? Yeah, I'm about to say she has an Oscar.
So,
Well,
and I think people will like Captain Marvel.
Probably. I like the trailer. I
think I'll like Captain Marvel.
I don't like Marvel movies. Like, as a rule of thumb, you have to make me like these movies. The Captain Marvel trailer, I actually kind of want to see that.
One thing I will say, which is weird, that the last two Marvel movies, well, I forget about Ant-Man, but Black Panther and Infinity War, I've been all right with them. I like Black Panther, and Infinity War gets a slight thumbs up. So, if they keep on doing this, maybe I will like them more. I mean, who knows?
I'm about to say,
Captain Marvel, she's not going to be another Tony Stark.
Exactly.
Christ.
Maybe that's why I don't like these other movies, because all the leads are just the
Protagonists
same
are the same person.
Like, everybody is just...
I'm cocky smart guy.
Exactly. Or I'm cocky dumb guy.
Yeah.
In the case of Thor.
Yeah. And what's his name? I don't know. Whatever. But
whatever.
So I guess let's do this Disney thing before we get into the
I was
other
gonna
thing.
suggest that too.
Okay. So we were just talking about how, the streets have spoken. They've given their opinion on Star Wars.
The streets have spoken.
And the streets are like, not here for it. And Disney, what's his name? Something Iger?
Bob Iger.
Bob
The
Iger.
CEO.
Yeah. He apparently admitted that they may need to slow down with Star Wars movies.
I was saying this to you off camera, but like that's so like Disney. They make a huge mistake and they're just like, yeah, maybe we should change our mind instead of just being like, yeah, we're not gonna release Star Wars movies every year. Like they're so arrogant.
Disney's not gonna admit it's fault.
They're so arrogant.
But
that is good.
which is
I
good
think
news
that
for us.
this means they listen to the criticism because I hate the thought of a Star Wars movie come out every year.
Every year, no.
That I don't want to see. I'm not
It dilutes
excited
the value of it.
all for episode 9. Like this
Yeah.
is the end of the new trilogy, and I don't care what happens. I might
Yeah.
not even go see it the first weekend. I might wait to see it with you, honestly.
Maybe.
Like,
But that's not coming out this year.
no, it comes out next year.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
But,
that one. If I'm by myself, I'm not like if I'm not around
Yeah.
another person who would want to see it, I'm not going to see that in theaters. I don't
Right.
care. Not the first week at least. I'll wait till people stop caring and go when it's not a big crowd.
No, I completely agree. Like, we all love Star Wars.
I think I loved.
We loved the idea of Star Wars, not what Star Wars is now.
Yeah, I think I've become super cynical
I guess.
towards Star Wars.
Which is funny because right before 7 came out,
Yeah,
we were drinking the Star Wars Kool-Aid for
we
sure.
were. Every time we saw each other, all we did was talk about Star Wars. It was actually kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, we probably talked about it too much.
Exactly. That's probably why we hate it now, because we hyped
Yeah.
it up, and then it was like, oh, actually, this franchise isn't really worth all that. Oops.
So, I don't know. Disney, you got to make me like this again, which I don't think is going to happen until hopefully like 5 years from now with the next
Yeah,
trilogy.
go
like
away.
that's like if there was a Star Wars movie every other year and then like an extra year in between trilogies, I'd be okay with that.
Could you imagine if Star Wars Episode 8 came out like this year instead? How excited we would still be for it?
Right.
I mean, that would be too long. I wouldn't.
No,
like it
2
come out
years
in
is
8.
too. But had
But-
Rogue One not come out in the meantime?
Yeah. Or if it came
Honest-
out like, when did it come out? 15. If it came out in, or if it came out in 17.
Yeah, that's when it came out.
It did.
Yeah.
15,
Came out last
16,
year.
17. This is 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it did this, I don't even think that's too long of a wait.
I could deal with it.
I mean, I would hate it while
I'd
I
be
was
mad.
waiting.
Right,
but I think it would be worth it because they would have spent more
And
time on it. Because I think
people
what we
would-
got was a rush product anyway. So
And people would definitely hate 8 less if we didn't get Rogue One
I agree.
in between and if we didn't know we were getting Solo after.
Rogue One was the movie, and I've probably said this before, but Rogue One was the movie that made me stop caring about the Star Wars movies. It's not even really that bad of a movie. It's so blah. I was like, oh, I was hyped for this.
Yeah.
Especially because going into it, people called it the best Star Wars movie since Empire Strikes Back. And they continue to say that. The only movie that hasn't got that treatment was Solo.
So good for learning Disney. And I think the difference is we just love Star Wars. The universe loves Star Wars more than Marvel.
That's true.
You convinced people to love Marvel.
That's true.
Star Wars already had its own legacy.
Yeah, and it did it naturally. It was the first franchise to ever do that in all of movie history. So you can't buy something for $4 billion and then just be like, I don't know what I'm doing with it. Like,
And this shows that people aren't as stupid as a lot of producers probably think they are.
well, that's their problem. They think Star Wars fans are the same people as Marvel fans. No.
That's true. They're different. Star Wars fans are cynics and snobs.
They
and
sure
nerds.
are. The Marvel fans are comic book fans. Comic book fans are willing to put up with a lot of crap. Star Wars fans are not.
Yeah.
They hold Star Wars to a much higher level. When the first
for some
movie in your
reason.
franchise was nominated for Best Picture, you really think that your franchise is above every other franchise. What's another movie in that vein outside of Lord of the Rings that's even been nominated for Best Picture? You can't tell Star Wars fans anything.
Yeah.
And kind of rightfully so. Like, the original 3 movies are just better movies than most other products in the genre.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
except for Return of the Jedi, but
I don't think I think people go a little too hard on Return of the Jedi.
I agree. It's the worst of the 3,
has
but not by
flaws.
much.
Yeah. It has flaws.
It's not
There's
prequel
a lot of
bad.
stupidity in it, but
Still
I think
better
people
than
go too.
Better than Episode 8.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't care what anybody
Episode 8 is a prequel movie, I think.
Yep, I agree. Time has made it a prequel movie. Well,
It's
some people
better
have
than
warmed up
it's
to
better
it.
than all of the prequels, but it's still a prequel.
Yeah, it's the best prequel.
And it's not
movie.
that much better than 3.
Yeah, I'd agree with that actually, because a lot of the stuff that ticked me off about 3 is in this one.
Yeah.
The weird acting and all that kind of stuff. It's in it.
Yeah. Pointless subplots.
Horrendous storytelling.
Yeah. But I guess moving on from Star Wars to Ig'rance.
Yeah, moving
Not
on.
actual Ig'rance. We have an Ig'rance section later, but this is hilarious to me. So something we talked about a couple months back, Roseanne, like
When
the
I ripped
actress
her a
from
new one.
yeah, the actress from the old TV show Roseanne. You know, the show got reboot. Roseanne said some very racist things.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it. We said what she said on the
Yeah.
show. So
I
if you
think-
want to
what
hear
was
it, go back.
Who was it? ABC,
Yep.
who's owned by Disney.
Yep, none of that.
Yeah, they got her out of here. Like immediately canceled the show, fired her.
Not even a little bit of it.
Yeah, one thing, but the thing that they did too in its wake was that they made a spin-off show based off of I think one of the families from Roseanne.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I've never seen an episode of Roseanne in my life.
I feel like
Maybe I did when I was a kid on like
let's say
Nick at
you've
Night,
probably seen like the reruns when you were young, because Roseanne
but
was
I don't
everywhere.
remember. Yeah, I don't remember an episode of Roseanne. Not my thing.
Meh.
But yeah, so one of the families from that got its own spin-off show, which I'd imagine a lot of that, you know, they're also like, well, we do still have these like writers and camera people and editors that we
don't-
paid.
They don't deserve to just like not have.
Yeah,
anything
so let's
anyway.
just have them work on something else,
which
which
great
makes
for
perfect
them.
sense to me.
I'm
Yeah.
very happy for them because
Yeah.
they don't deserve to be in her line of fire.
Right. But Roseanne's character overdosed of an opioid addiction. Like I think that's I don't know if those are pills or heroin. I think both of those are opioids.
I
don't know.
will say this:
I'd imagine pills.
it's dark for them to put that because honestly, I don't think that's too far off from what could feasibly happen in reality. So
If this happened, never mind.
yeah,
Let me not say that.
just saying.
Yeah,
I don't like the woman, but jeez.
that's harsh. They got her. And I think that like she was being like apologetic, like no, I'm really sorry. Give me another chance. And they were like, nope.
Well, actually, then she started saying, "I thought she was white."
Oh, did she?
Yeah, and I'm like,
No, she didn't.
This woman is on all the drugs. It may not be Ambien, but she's on something.
Yeah. I don't think Ambien makes people do that.
Oh no!
I'm not a pillhead, but
That's bath salts. Yeah.
yeah, she might be off the rock or something.
Oh no,
Like, I
she's
don't
done.
think-
And apparently, like, I don't really know a ton about her past and stuff like that, outside of what I've read up on her. I think she's kind of always been like this. So this just might just be the climax of a person who's been.
And we're in a
abusing drugs
social
all their
media
lives.
era where
Right. It's all being
it's
captured.
really easy to catch someone saying some dumb shit.
Right. And she's dumb, so
Yeah,
should have never given her a Twitter.
guess not.
But I
or
mean-
someone in her camp wanted to see her burn.
There are some people in our society that seem to just be able to say whatever they want on Twitter and get no repercussions from it. But anyway,
Yeah,
I don't want to go down
not
that
gonna.
rabbit hole.
Yeah. But and I guess another thing, moving on from Roseanne to finish up film and TV. So people have been talking about a Space Jam remake for, I feel like since I was back in high school, and it's happening. starring LeBron James, and it's directed by Ryan Coogler.
Why?
Who wants this? Okay, let me not ask who wants this, because people clearly want
Do
this.
they?
I think people do, because I hear a lot of people talk about this, but I don't think they know that they don't want this.
Right? They've got.
That's my thing.
Their
is I feel like
memories-
maybe they have like nostalgia of how fun it was to see Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes play basketball together.
You know
But
what?
if they were to go back and watch Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes play basketball together,
You know, I have to give thanks to the nostalgia critic because he is the person who broke that down for me. Up until I saw his review of Space Jam, I still did have fond memories of that stupid movie. Now and then, you know, after watching his review, I was like, oh, this is kind of dumb. And then I watched it with a few friends, like, what, 2018? It was like 5 years ago. And I didn't laugh not once. My friends, they were forcing themselves to laugh. I could tell they were because nothing happening was funny. And I was like, oh, this is painful. Like, Michael Jordan was terrible in that movie. The jokes, it's like one good joke in the whole movie. It's so uncomfortable. When you really sit back and think about it, it's like, why did this happen? Like, this is kind of sleazy. Like, it's just a corporate
this
tie-in
movie.
for-
That's another thing. Okay, I don't think a lot of people know this. The movie was entirely made to sell shoes.
Right, to sell shoes, to promote the Looney Tunes, to sell McDonald's, because there was all
To
that
sell
tie-
Wheaties.
to sell Wheaties, because there was all this tie-in. It, like that movie, in the way that people look back at The Wizard, that's how people should look at it. That
Yeah.
movie was basically a 2-hour advertisement for Michael Jordan's Air Jordans, and it worked. Obviously, the man is richer than
Anyone else who worked on the movie.
right. Michael Jordan
Like-
is probably worth more money than Bugs Bunny if he were a real person were to be worth, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. But anyway,
But Michael Jordan, is he worth billions? Is
that's
he
a thought
billionaire?
experiment for another day.
Yeah, I don't know. Michael Jordan's worth a ridiculous amount of money.
Right.
In Space Jam, the movie was an advertisement.
And it really, okay,
And
let
it's
me,
bad.
It's awful.
ugly. It's not funny. The acting's bad. The story is stupid. Like, this is at every single check mark of being a bad movie. This takes a big ass red Sharpie and checks it off. Like,
and you know, for a movie with a budget of 80 million to only make 230 million.
that's not great.
No, I mean, like, that's okay, but
Yeah.
people act like this was a huge box office masterpiece, and the best thing that this movie brought us was R. Kelly's "I Believe I Can Fly," and look what kind of nonsense goes behind that because of R. Kelly now. Like, I can't even enjoy that anymore.
Thanks, R. Kelly.
Thanks, R. Kelly. Also,
earned Space
Billy
Jam.
Billy West as Bugs Bunny, don't do it.
Yeah, no.
I know no one will ever be able to do the voice like Mel Blanc, but it's just
All the
something
more reason
about,
to not do it anymore.
exactly. It's just something about hearing people try to do an impression of it. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
And I think over time I've become like for the longest I've been indifferent towards LeBron James. Just like, I don't know, he's just another sportsman.
Mm-hmm.
I think as time goes on and I've heard more stuff about him, I'm like, this guy seems like a good human being.
Yeah, he's one of the good ones.
Yeah. And Ryan Coogler is like
He's awesome.
great.
He's so talented. I guess this is his. I mean, but he kind of already had his
He already had Black Panther. Like, he's
Yeah.
already done the I can make commercial
money, right?
movies.
He doesn't need another cash cow,
Yeah.
which is what this is gonna be. Let's be 100% real
Oh,
about
yeah.
the situation. Like, Space Jam is nothing more than let's make some money off of nostalgic people that won't let the 90s go.
And I'm sure that they're going to be. I think LeBron James already has his own line of Nike shoes. And I'm sure that that's going to be, like, jammed in your face.
Oh, God. So it's going to be even more. It actually has the potential to be even
more
more
commercial.
annoying of a commercial than the last one. Because the old one, I feel like that was a different kind of era. Like, people are more aware of that kind of stuff, and they're going to point it out more, and they're going to, like, try to be like, we're being subversive, and that's going to be even more annoying.
Yeah.
In the other one, in the original Space Jam, they just were just in your face with it. Like, yeah, we're
Yeah.
advertising commercial stuff, whatever. Who's going to check us? Well, Warner Brothers at the time, you couldn't tell Warner Brothers nothing.
Right. So everyone, and I'm not trying to ruin your dreams.
Oh, I
But
am. F your dreams.
he is. But if you're really excited for the new Space Jam movie, I'm trying to do this for you. Because I don't want you to go into something expecting greatness and be mad when you get turds.
No, but Derek, I guarantee you, I know what's gonna happen.
Oh, people are going to love it. They're going to be like,
No, they're
it's
not.
so funny. It's
No, they're
so...
not.
Oh, you don't
They're
think
gonna
so?
pretend like they like it. I'm
That's
telling you,
okay. Yeah.
I saw it firsthand when I watched Space Jams with my friends. They literally were forcing themselves to find it funny because they knew it wasn't, and that's what's gonna happen. People are gonna go to this thing, and deep down they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is garbage," but they're gonna have to be like, "This is funny because my childhood."
No. Just do yourself a favor. Go watch the old Space Jam movie. Pirate
Right.
it. I don't care. The movie sucks. Don't give them money.
Right? It's probably on Netflix or something.
Yes. And then ask yourself,
Yeah, do
I want to see another one of these?
Exactly. I'll tell you the answer. No.
No. You know, punch yourself in the face and then ask yourself if you want to do that again.
Like, it's a classic in the same way that, like, Batman and Robin is a classic,
Right.
I guess.
It's in that vein. But it's
Well,
not
like-
as goofy and fun to me as Batman and Robin.
I take that back, because Batman and Robin flopped. It's a classic in the same way that the Power Ranger movies or the Pokemon
Okay.
movies are classics. They were, like, hits at the time, but they suck. Like, let's
Yeah.
keep it real.
And I'd go back and watch Batman and Robin now.
Do you hear that
Have to be
music in the
fucked up.
background, by the way?
Not really.
You probably can hear. I'll see if I
Well,
can edit that out.
Yeah.
in post.
I
Is
managed to fix... There was something last time that I got rid of.
That was from Down the Hill, and I
Oh my
can
God.
hear it here, and I can see it popping up on my Audacity. But anyway, sorry, that was
Yeah.
way too
Tangential
loud.
and professional. But yeah, thumbs down. Space Jam movie. Like,
And people that I really like have respect for, that do podcasting and stuff. I don't want to say a name because I'm kind of insulting them in this. Like, I think they're being tricked into drinking the Kool-Aid for this one. Like, you don't need to pretend to like this. If you don't like it, because I could kind of hear in the tone that they didn't. If you don't like it, you don't have to pretend like you do. I see how you people are very honest about how you feel about, like, DC and stuff. You can be honest about this. This is Warner Brothers too.
and you grew up with Batman just the same way you grew up with the Looney Tunes and Michael
Exactly.
Jordan. Like, just keep it a buck. This movie's gonna be bad.
As a matter of fact, I think Looney Tunes and Batman actually debuted in the same decade, so they're just as old as each other.
There you go.
So they're both just as iconic. So if you're upset at Batman being ruined, you should be upset at the Looney Tunes being ruined.
And I love the Looney Tunes personally. Probably, I like the Looney Tunes more than Batman personally. I know that's subjective and all, but
I mean, I love them both so much.
not by much. It's not like, you know.
That'd be tough for me. I just love
Yeah.
them both so for different reasons. Anyway,
We can talk about that a different day.
that's a good conversation for another day. Actually, when we start recording, I want to talk to you about something like that. But anyway,
Okay.
yeah, this
Speaking
is
of
dumb.
Batman.
Ryan Coogler, stop it.
Yeah.
You're above this. But yeah, speaking of Batman.
Onto Ig'rance, where, you know, just a few odds and ends we found that we think are worth talking about because they're funny, but not really worth anything else.
Yeah.
So a new Batman comic series debuted, I think, over the past week. And you know, it's kind of in that Killing Joke vibe of like stepping up how adult it is. And there's full frontal nudity in this.
Because that's
And
what
you
I
s-
needed in my Batman comics.
And you see Batman's wiener.
Yeah.
And the main takeaway to me is that Batman is in fact circumcised.
I mean, I always thought he would be.
Yeah, which to me proves that there's a tactical advantage to being circumcised.
Exactly. Batman
Like,
knows.
I don't know what it is.
Batman knows, though, so
But-
that's all that matters.
Which never mind. I'm not gonna say that. That's a little too. That's a little too graphic. But
There's been
also
a lot
it got
of news about genitalia lately, but I don't want to talk about the other one. You probably know what I'm talking about.
I don't. But
You don't know about the mushroom thing?
no,
I'll tell you off camera.
we'll Google that or don't, listeners.
Yeah, you might not want to. The viewers probably actually already know what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
We
I'm
just
probably
don't
out
talk
of the
about
loop.
that person on this podcast, not by name at least.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know, but also for anyone who wants to see it, you're gonna either have to find it online or buy previous versions of it, because in any new versions of it, they're censoring the wiener.
Why?
I don't know.
If you're gonna send, why would you?
Why would you?
Yeah, why would you do it and then censor it? What's the point? If this is an attempt to sell more comics, you gotta try harder than that. I guarantee you, if I asked any one of my family members, they wouldn't even know about this.
No, like, and with the comic book industry, the same people who buy comics have been buying comics forever and will buy comics forever. Like,
Right.
it's a very niche thing.
You know the thing that makes people buy comic books?
Good comic books.
Or live action movies. Good live
That's
action
true.
movies.
That's true. DC.
DC.
Stop spending so much time thinking about Batman's cock. And
Yeah,
spend more
exactly.
time making good movies.
Exactly.
Or, show Batman's wiener in the movie, and it's like, hey, if you want to see it drawn, go buy the comic books.
So I haven't seen it, and I probably won't look it up because that's a little weird. But it's like, does Batman have something to be proud of?
It's okay.
It's okay. Boo, that's kind of disappointing.
I mean, he's on soft, so, he can't really...
Well, why would
Can't
they
really
bother
tell.
showing it if they're not going to, like, use it as an excuse to show off? Come on,
It's-
DC.
But I imagine, when Batman gets down to business, he's strapped.
My favorite superhero of all time, Batman.
Yeah.
Who else is going to give
No.
it to Robin? Oop, did I say that?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Moving on. This is another small tidbit. So I don't know why I was watching the Grinch trailer, but I was watching the trailer for the new Grinch. Thumbs down. By
Yeah,
the way.
I
Like,
agree. Boo.
No, I don't want to. I'm not seeing this movie. I don't like the Jim Carrey Grinch. I love Jim Carrey.
I do too, and I hate his Grinch.
No, I hate. Yeah. But I was like, they were doing the song for it, and I was listening to it, and I didn't notice it at first, and then I listened a little harder, and I was like, is that Tyler the Creator? And I looked into it, and Tyler the Creator is doing, I don't know if it's the whole soundtrack for the Grinch movie, but he's on it. He's got a big part.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe we have fans out there who don't listen to Tyler the Creator.
I guarantee you people that
Yeah.
listen to this thing, at least half of them do not even know who he is.
Tyler the Creator, he blew up in, I think, around like 2010, 2011.
I think 11 was the year where he kind of went quote-unquote mainstream.
At the VMAs, I think.
Yeah, when he said
And-
if he lost to Justin Bieber, he'd kill himself and be like,
And yeah, the thing that made him blow up was a music video where he eats a cockroach.
and it was
He eats a
nominated for
cockroach.
Video of the Year. What the heck?
He calls Bruno Mars the F word. Says he wants to murder him, wants to murder B.O.B. in an airplane,
I agree with the
and he
B.O.B.
hangs
part, though.
himself.
I don't actually agree. That was a joke.
The B.O.B. part?
That was a joke. B.O.B. is just an
Yeah.
idiot these days. That was a
No,
joke.
B.O.B. He gets the Ig'rance seal of disapproval.
He sure does, because I used to really like his music.
Oh yeah, no, his first album we liked that.
Fun
one.
and poppy and different, and now he's a
And then he
flat
started
earther
talking about the flat earth. And it's like, all right, we got to get rid of you, friend.
idiot.
But yeah, Tyler the Creator. Like the only other time I remember Tyler the Creator in something kiddie was when he was in Regular Show, but the creator of Regular Show is a stoner. And I think he likes hip hop because he had Tyler the Creator and Childish Gambino in the same episode. So like, okay, I guess. But no, don't do this.
Okay, so all right.
Yeah.
We'll just
But,
edit that in, I guess.
Yeah. I was just saying that Tyler the Creator, I don't know, he's not kid friendly.
He
this
sure
is weird
ain't.
to me.
None of his little friends are either. They're all a mess.
Yeah, like if you've seen his TV show,
Yeah.
that's some wild shit.
What
Not
is his
good.
relationship with Frank Ocean? Like, I know they consider each other brothers,
think-
but is Frank Ocean, like, in his little group?
Yeah, yeah.
How? Frank Ocean is so not like them.
I don't know. I mean, there are other, like, I like Frank Ocean, and I like Earl Sweatshirt a lot, and he's very different from Tyler.
Was Steve Lacy in that group too?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I hear his name associated with them, and Steve Lacy and Frank Ocean are totally different than him. I don't get that friendship at all.
Yeah, I mean, apparently, one other thing I'll say about Tyler, like how we were talking about, him calling people the F word. I don't know if he is, like, if he's come out and said he's gay.
Yeah, I think he's come out and said that he's bi.
He's bi, I guess, rather.
Which might explain why he hated Bruno Mars so much.
Yeah, and that explains why he was saying he was flinging the F word around back then. Mm-hmm. Like it was candy.
Yeah, self-hate.
That explains a lot. Yeah. So, and one thing I'll give Tyler, he's come a long way from.
He sure has, because he was unbearable.
2011. Yeah, he was obnoxious.
I hated Tyler, the Creator. He's one of those kind of people where if I knew him in real life, I'd keep him at arm's length anyway, but I wouldn't have a problem if he was in the same room as me, at least. Yeah. I just would look at him like, okay. As long as he's over there.
Yeah.
He still kind of looks like cockroaches will, like, jump off of him onto you or something.
Okay. Like a scarab king or something. Not a king. He's not. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. A scarab master.
I'll give him this. He is Ig'rance, though. Like, he may not be our kind of Ig'rance, but he's Ig'rance.
But he's ignorant. No, his sense of humor is... It's different.
Yeah. I don't think he'd fit with our little circle, but...
No.
He's created his own... Like, if he made an Ig'rance podcast, I wouldn't even be mad, because he is Ig'rance.
Yeah.
He just couldn't use his name, because...
No, we'll kill him.
Yeah.
And we mean that. We're about it.
We don't mean that, actually.
No, we actually will not kill anyone. We're harmless.
We really are. I mean, have you seen us? You haven't, thank God.
Yeah. Take that. You don't know if we're lying or not. We're not. But I think that covers it.
Does it?
I think.
Let me see.
Do you have something else?
No. I mean, this is a really, like...
Weird.
Yeah, because Josh isn't here.
Yeah.
So I feel really strange, but I guess... This is a weird week, too, because, like, we didn't record last week, so the thing that really ate up most of this episode happened, like, 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So this probably would have been a really short episode if we had recorded last week. Oops.
That's true.
Then again, we've managed to have, like, 8 topics.
Yeah, we figured it out.
Anyway,
thanks, I guess, for showing. We'll be back next time, hopefully with the full squad.
Hopefully. He can come out of dumb old stupid Texas. I sent a SpongeBob meme in our group chat, everybody listening to this, and I don't think the other two appreciated it.
I didn't get it. Now I get it.
It was SpongeBob.
And now I appreciate
with the little
it.
Texas.
Like he's like shaking his butt, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That one? Yeah.
And everyone, both you and Josh just kind of like ignored me, and I was like, don't try to play, that's going too far. Like, oh,
no, I just didn't get it. It just went over my head. You were too smart for me.
Both of you two have said worse on this show to each other.
Oh, for sure.
Let alone what you say off camera to each other.
What do you mean? We are angels off camera.
Oh, please. If you all could listen to some of these people's conversations.
You were part of the last one. I don't want to hear it. When we were talking about subversion, I don't want to hear it.
No, I didn't. You went in on him, though.
Oh, we did, but anyway, let's move on from that, because y'all will never hear what we said.
No, you sure won't.
Made sure to say that off camera for a reason.
Definitely.
See, all you stupid celebrities getting caught saying dumb shit?
Exactly.
You can say dumb shit.
Exactly.
You just can't get caught.
Exactly. That's the thing. These celebrities don't have, like, real friends. Because if they did, that they would know that they have somebody to go, hey, this is how I feel about XYZ. I probably shouldn't put that online, right? And your friend would be like, no, don't. Don't.
Yeah. Or as you're about to do something, to be like, nah, dog, this isn't it. You should.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
Like, I think you and Josh would both check me if I ever, like, came to you and was like, so I want to talk about, I wouldn't even bring something up because I don't want it taken out of context. But
right.
I think you both would be like, yeah, we're not doing that.
No,
You've actually done
that's...
that before. Like, we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, fair enough.
So, But that's that. Thanks for showing up, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye.